Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to At Advantage. For some reason, Oven's PNG tuber teleported again, and now they're short. Oh,
What the fuck?
teleported
Oh, someone
back.
left.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. Apparently, they teleport when
button.
people join or leave. So stop doing
Why?
that.
Oh, sorry.
Everybody stop leaving. I
Stop.
don't want to teleport again.
Stop joining and stop leaving. Just forever, you're stuck here playing D&D for life.
You're stuck.
But I am gonna make Oven a little less short. Oh, why is that happening?
Make me tall.
No, I went to shift you, and for some reason, it started shifting everyone else down. Like, you stayed in place, but then everyone else just started moving down.
I need to look at this.
It looks okay to me. I don't see.
Give it a second. You guys are
Oh, I see.
a little bit behind. Yep.
Oh,
I'm
Yep.
Oh. There I go. I'm watching myself.
Yep.
yeah. I meant to stop the video part of the being on call, and instead I just disconnected. So that was fun.
Anyways, welcome everyone to Strixhaven At Advantage, episode 14. We're here now. Yay. Starting the year 3 of Strixhaven this week. You will notice, though, we are missing a person if you're a longtime viewer. Unfortunately, our wonderful wizard rogue Nathair will not be here this evening. It's very unfortunate, but something came up. We wish them the best. We miss them. But,
R.I.P.
rip.
It's no ChatGPT acting.
That's for the finales of every year.
Ah, please, yes. The most. Can you ask ChatGPT to be more cringe next time?
I was gonna try to have it be less cringe, but if you guys want more cringe,
It would be funny.
we can-
but honestly,
we can put
Cringe,
Charlie through that.
Cringe.
Up to Charlie.
We'll put Charlie through that.
Hooray.
That might just be me. Don't tell it was us. Don't tell Charlie it was us.
But I did have like name tags and stuff that automatically show up every time we start this. But let's go around and give a proper introduction. I'm the Fate Weaver, and I'll be your DM this evening, even though I'm struggling with speaking normal words right now. And next to me is our first player.
Oh, me. Hi. My name is M, otherwise known as Oven. I play Bratton Marion Latrice, or Rat for short. And Rat's favorite movie snack is probably nachos. I think that would be his favorite movie snack, is like a good plate of nachos. With the toast. It's actually just like regular chips with the Tostitos salsa dip. But that's what
Nice.
that's his favorite. That's his favorite movie snack.
Movie snack?
Yeah, we're doing movie snacks this time. Your character's favorite movie snack.
You really had to bring up that topic.
I have goldfish sitting next to me. It was the first thing I thought of. All right.
Okay.
Right, next person.
Hi, I'm Lampshades Are Friends, or Finley. I play Olive Johnson, our human warlock / fighter now. And Olive's favorite movie night snack would probably be Muddy Buddies.
Muddy Buddies?
Yeah, it's like that little like Chex Mix candy that's kind of sweet with like chocolate and powdered sugar and stuff.
Oh.
Muddy
Yeah,
Buddies.
I've heard that called puppy chow.
I think
Yeah,
puppy chow is a dumb thing, and knowing Olive, they would be eating actual dog food.
See, when I told you guys, well, remember that when I jumped into a call to tell you guys that Dairy Queen had a puppy chow ice
Muddy
cream, and I
Buddies.
thought it was real dog food? Well, no, because they called it puppy chow, and I thought maybe it was like a treat for dogs.
Oh, what, like Dairy Queen stuff? They
Yeah,
can get like the stuff for dogs.
yeah.
think
I
it's
thought
just
it
called
was
Pup
like
Cup.
no, it's called like pup cup or puppy chow ice cream or something like that. But I thought it was for real dogs, and then I jumped into a call to tell the Ohioans about it. And you guys said I was crazy.
Crazy.
No,
I
don't you
was
dare.
crazy
No.
once.
Everyone stop.
Anyway, to the right
Anyway.
of me
I will
is-
start by dropping a dragon on you guys.
To the right of me is...
Hi, I'm Frenzy. I'm playing Lorcan the Bard, and his favorite movie snack would probably be the candy strawberries that you can get. You know, like the strawberries that you get from Haribo Mix.
Mhm.
They're great. I love them. And
Like
Lorcan
the
probably
hard
loves them too.
candies?
No,
Like
they're
the
like
hard-
they're like big, like soft. Do you guys have them? They're strawberries. They're Haribo strawberries.
No.
I'm gonna try and send
wrong?
one of these. Haribo straws.
Strobes.
Yeah, they're Haribo straws. I'm sending a picture.
I have no idea what those are, but please send me a pic.
They're great. I assume you guys have them under a different name because surely you guys aren't deprived of Haribo straws. Like they're wonderful. I got one at a.
Strawberry.
No, they're giant straws. Haribo's giant straws.
Oh, those you can find those at like a Dollar General, but they're not sold at the movie theaters.
Yeah, we can. In the UK, you can get them at the movie theaters, and they're great.
Good for you.
I've literally never seen those in my life.
Ever? Oh my god, they're honestly surprisingly good. Like surprisingly tasty. All right, to the bottom left of me is.
Hi, I'm Leah. I play our beloved cleric, Nixie Nichi. And I think she's more of a classic when it comes to the movie theaters. So probably just like definitely popcorn. You can't go without popcorn, but layered with butter and then Twizzlers. Not Twizzlers, red vines. I get them mixed up. However, the thought of movie snacks right now are making me nauseous. Again. And so if I run away, yeah. For context, hold on, I'm dizzy again. Continue. Next to the right of me. I'm sorry.
Hello. It's me. It's Overlord, also known as Harrison, as you've probably heard along the episodes. I am playing Kylos, our druid barbarian. And it varies with Kylos. On most occasions, it's either he'll just get a slushie and popcorn, or he'll grab some nerd gummy clusters, depending on how long the line is.
The nerd
That
clusters
or
are
he'll
so
What kind of
that or he
slushy?
just
good.
he mixes. He doesn't believe
Well-
in a single flavor.
You're not allowed. They do it for you. Remember, you have to give them one flavor.
No, oh no, they don't
You
do that.
could ask them
that.
to mix it.
They
I
don't
never
do that
thought
at,
to.
at my movie theater.
I
Yeah.
could have done that today, but I think the dual flavors would have made my situation worse.
Oh yeah.
The only movie theater I go to, they just give you the size cup you pay for, and then whatever you do, it's none of their business. You gave them their money already.
That's
So
something
yeah,
I realized in the US is like they straight up just give you the cup and
They-
expect you to know what to do.
yeah, they don't care. Why should they care? You've already given them the one thing they need: your money.
Yeah.
Also, question: I've never seen red vines before. Are they better than Twizzlers or are they the
No.
same?
It depends.
They're the same.
They're the
Twizzler,
same.
No,
Twizzlers
are
are
on top.
superior.
Okay.
I like red vines because Twizzlers to me are really waxy and make me feel sick, so I
Heaving.
eat red vines.
They taste the same.
Red vines are, to me, straight from Satan.
It's the whole does cilantro taste like soap or not to you situation. It just depends on the person.
Excuse me, what?
No person is right or wrong.
I like the
What?
wax.
What was the analogy you just said?
It's a
What
very
now?
actually correct analogy. Depending on your genetics,
Yeah,
cilantro
I've
can taste
started
like
a
soap.
war.
Cilantro tastes like soap to me. It's why I can't stand the smell. Because it also smells exactly like stink bugs. Fun fact. And I've had those fuckers spray my
never
face in the middle of the
heard-
night.
I don't think I've ever had
hate
cilantro. Now that I think about
I've
it,
never heard of that analogy. So
it's a very
Why-
common
why
one.
does it?
It is a really. I tried to use the most common one I think of.
Stink bugs?
What about him?
Never heard of them.
It's a bug that makes
Oh.
a stink.
Oh, consider yourself lucky. They're an invasive
Alright, you know-
species
All
out
right,
here.
skunks.
And if they get threatened by
Yeah.
you, yeah, they're skunks of the bug world.
Oh, lovely.
They
Oh,
can get
oh, they
fucking
look like.
massive.
And
Wait,
fun
I've seen
fact,
these lads.
if you get their spray in your eye, it burns.
These lads.
Fun
Anyway,
fact.
I've seen them before. We have them in the UK.
before
except
we
they're
get
like-
too off track, let's hop over
Yeah,
to
Like,
to our intro. We actually don't have a recap, mostly because the year kind of ended. And if you're jumping in for the first time now, this is actually a pretty okay time to do it because new year, new adventures.
no, don't.
New year, new
No,
me.
God damn
New
it.
year, new me.
Can I say who the
I-
sponsorship is? Can I say who the sponsorship is this time?
Sure, our lack of recap is sponsored by.
Our lack of recap is sponsored
Mm.
by Frog Cup. Put your drink in a frog cup.
Did you actually buy it?
Mhm.
Oh, good. Wonderful.
I did. I'm drinking juice out of it right now.
Okay,
My mum was wondering who bought the frog cup, and I was like, I don't know.
now
I've
we're
I
heard
bought
it
the
yet.
frog cup.
now we're gonna go to our intro, and we'll be back in a minute with Strixhaven at Advantage.
Done.
And we're back. I think one of those slipped in. And we're
Good.
back.
Wank card.
Oh, that was just right on the stream. You didn't even care.
Demonetized.
Oh no, the tons of money that we make on these episodes that get, like, only the viewed by us. Not our
What?
monetization.
Gina. Hey, Fate, stop being a vagina.
So,
What? Did you just call Fate a pussy?
I called him a vagina, but in a funny way.
For anyone who's new, to recap what happened last year, last year of Strixhaven, the daring adventurers in front of you, who coined themselves as the Death Saves, were first tasked by Professor Blackstone to retrieve a tome from the depths of the Strixhaven library. They fought a Grick. Didn't go well for some of you.
Me.
Before next, you guys ventured out deep into the swamp bayou of Witherbloom with a brand new classmate that you had just met, Nathair, who unfortunately is absent today. But together, you guys were decided to join up as a mage tower team for the big battle of Strixhaven at the end of the year. The rivals of that battle decided to test your mettle, as it were, challenging you to liberate a confiscated doll from the attic of Captain Dapplewing's manor, which you managed to retrieve the Sassy Sally Jane doll.
I
Before
got hit in the face with a puddle.
puddle time. Next, one of your companions, Breton Marion Latrice, aka Rat, went to go aid their ancient archfey patron, Eustace Rothschild, in exchange for information about all of the like wild attacks that were starting to happen around the school. Which led to an encounter with a rival law firm, which erupted into explosive confrontation rather quickly. Which only ended when you accepted a deal with Tatiana Moonshadow, which allowed you to leave peacefully in exchange for a favor to be called in the future. And amidst all of this chaos, our one hero from the strange land of Earth,
What?
Olive Johnson, started to deepen a connection with an owlin that they had met from the Lorehold School named Jevanish Stoutclaw, and they sparked our OG heartwarming relationship here.
Oh,
And then finally,
Hashtag OTP.
Is it Jevanish Stoutclaw and Olive? Is that their vibes? The Barbie movie.
No, it has to be, and it's Olive.
I thought his was just and Ken, not and it's Ken. For when they're holding the police.
Oh,
Oh, I think it is
I mean-
and Ken.
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
it is. I'm
that's
realizing.
Is Olive the serious one, or is Olive and Olive?
Olive's pronouns are best described as it, so I guess it's works.
No, I.
I don't know.
No.
Tell me,
Anyways.
how fucking chaotic do you like your olives?
And then finally,
Very.
as the anticipation of the end of the year started to soar, was your much awaited Mage Tower game, which I didn't fully think through the rules for when I sent you to it, because it ended up being a big two-parter episode that then ended with more screaming at me because there was another encounter essentially after two encounters.
Yeah, that was.
We did good.
I didn't fully
pretty
think
well.
that one through. You guys did do really well in it, though.
You're welcome.
Hooray, we did good.
Boop, boop, boop.
But yeah, you, barely beginning to celebrate, you were forced into battle with these mysterious mage hunter entities that attacked. You guys defeated them, and then finally, your year came to an end before you were sent to be scattered to the winds.
Hey.
But as you know, surely as the world does spin, the leaves begin to turn, and you find yourselves back at Strixhaven for your third year, ready to face whatever adventures await you next.
Hooray. I love school.
Yeah, classes haven't even started at Strixhaven yet, but excitement and magic are already in the air on campus amid the bustle of students reuniting after their time away and prepping for the new year. Each of you find yourselves heading to your new lodgings. You've received your letter beforehand from like the magical Strixhaven equivalent to owls, because having owls be messengers is actually really stupid. Owls are one of the slowest moving birds on the planet. They don't have a lot of like flight stamina. They're literally ambush predators. They prefer to sit on tree branches and wait. Why do we have them delivering letters? It's slower than snail mail.
Everyone, he's having his Brennan moment.
Sorry.
Can it be Can we have messenger pigeons instead?
I mean, pigeons were actually trained. I imagine.
Yeah.
I think I would imagine each of the 5 colleges have like a different one.
We get like
Can
different
ours be-
migrating birds.
Can it be? Can it be pests for Witherbloom?
A witherbloom is probably like
Pest.
a frickin'
A
alligator.
pest. Yeah.
Florida. It's Florida.
Does that make the
Their campus
Witherbloom
is
students
literally a
Florida?
swamp.
Florida.
But anyways, I'm already jumping off
Kylo's
topic.
South Florida, man.
I specifically set aside one of my 2 Adderall for the day for this session so I would be more focused. It's not working.
At least you
But
have it.
as you received your letters about a week or so before school started telling you where your new lodgings would be, you make your way to where these are, and inside sorry. Inside the small clean room is a bed, a closet, a desk, and then you guys can see that on the desktop is this small pile, which includes a sealed envelope with an official looking stamp and a thick piece of vellum that's been carefully rolled and sealed. Each of them bears your name, and nestled next to the vellum scroll is like this small silver pin shaped like the Strixhaven star.
Huh.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Spicy.
2 ways.
And unlike first and second year students, third year is the first year you have dorms completely to yourself, which I know for the olive of you isn't a new thing, but for the rest of you,
Did I not?
Wait, does that mean
thought I did.
Hog
Oh,
gets
yeah, that's true. Also, the rat of you, because rat has been rich their entire life and has parents who can pay for singular dorm privileges.
Does that
with
mean
It's-
Hog has their own dorm?
no,
Hog is essentially
yeah.
an extension of Olive.
Yeah.
technically
To be fair, mine's not for fun privileges. It's for my parents are ashamed of me privileges.
Hog is just Olive's physical manifestation of their magic, so
Do they get their own space?
same person.
But anyways, so those are on the desktops. Do you guys want to do anything with them, I guess? I don't know.
I pick them up.
Okay.
Opening it.
Yeah.
Uh,
We read.
the envelope or the vellum scroll first?
I want to pick up the envelope first, and I want to open it.
Okay.
I want the
Roll.
skull.
The
Scroll.
scroll.
The
Ow.
skull?
Not a skull.
I'm not wearing headphones, so I'm like working with what I got, and my hearing is shit.
Roll.
As you all know.
Yep.
Fair.
SCR.
Yep.
O double R.
A rolled vellum scroll, which has
Can
like
mine be
a.
a skull?
Unfortunately, no.
Dumber.
The school doesn't give out free skulls.
Not yet.
Oh,
We need to give them in
Um,
abundance first.
That implies that you can pay for one.
Something tells me they definitely did give parents skulls after the ape incident.
No clue what you're talking about.
What incident? There was an incident?
No.
It's-
There are no
What?
monkeys
So,
and boss inside.
You as you guys open up the official looking envelope, look at the seal on the front. It's the Strixhaven star that you guys are all familiar with. It's like the central sort of symbol of the school, and then you all have your individual symbols for whatever college you're a part of, but that's the big one.
What if I don't have a clue?
If you're an olive,
Please tell me it's an olive branch.
the star is your people.
Nice.
Olive Garden. It's the Olive Garden seal.
Hey,
Um,
Al?
Garden.
Hashtag not sponsored.
so, anyways, inside the envelope, you find a letter that is very neatly written and formally requests you as in each of your characters, the big you. Why am I trying to explain this? You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Do I?
Yeah.
To meet,
Do I?
it's a formal summons to meet with the Strixhaven Council at the Biblioplex before heading to what is supposed to be the big reception for third years that
Fuck.
takes place at Bosun's Tavern.
We haven't even committed any crimes this year yet.
Were you guys planning on committing crimes? I didn't know if we were doing that this year or not. I didn't plan anything
I am.
about crimes.
Not on purpose.
Everything I do is perfectly legal to my knowledge.
Everything
Sheer
Olive does
knowledge.
is a legal grey area. Anything that Olive partakes in is legally like
To my
in that
knowledge.
little in the little blurry area of the line between legal and illegal.
So I guess if you guys are RPing amongst yourselves, I assume after reading this, you guys decided to head into
Oh
Yeah.
shit! Right.
an area together.
Whoops.
It's
Our
okay.
designated meeting spot at the
I-
beginning.
Yeah,
of the
sorry,
meeting.
we forgot to tell you that yes, that's what we're doing.
I understand. This entire game only happens in our head. It's not like it's hard to remember what things are.
What am I? Am I Kana?
Who am I? Am I
That's a
Kana?
little
You're
too
always
existential. Leah, that's a bit too existential for everybody right now.
Yeah.
That's a you problem, not me problem.
You keep your Ken thoughts to yourself.
Which was incredibly nice for you guys to meet this, but rewinding a little bit after that, the Vellum Scroll,
Yeah.
when you unroll it in campaign handouts, you will see is your official cordial invite to the annual Strixhaven University's Magister's Masquerade, which is
Fuck yeah.
available
Oh.
available for third year students.
Available on Spotify.
Where's Pinterest? I need a draft.
I'm immediately, yeah, same. Already on it.
That is
Normal costuming required.
that is the big ending of the year. You guys have time. Don't worry
Not enough
too much
time.
about it.
Oh, I thought that. Okay.
Aw.
That isn't like the first thing we're jumping into. That's like end of year.
Hey Leah, how many commissions do you have? Hey, there's other artists. Hey,
Currently just yours,
guys.
and I'm hoping to quit my job soon. So if you guys want to give me enough money to where I can do art full time for college, you know what? I'll take it.
Unless you want to commission Leah, I am taking upon it myself to completely free of charge draw up your masquerade outfits. Sorry to take your
That
business,
feels
Leah, but
mean.
Thanks.
sorry
That
to take your
feels mean.
business.
Sorry guys, but I kind of spent 6 years of my life learning to draw, so I think I got this under control.
You know what?
I-
As someone who can't draw shit, I will gladly take all the options I can. Thank you, everyone who can draw.
I spent 4
Um,
years learning Photoshop for only for my teachers to not ever tell me how to actually use it, so...
Does anyone need my commission prices?
How about during break, if you don't mind?
Today
Don't
is
mind.
actually sponsored by Leah. Guys, chat, listen.
Whoa!
No, because
Leah
Leah
does get commissions.
Leah doesn't pay for the episodes. That's not what a
Leah's
sponsorship
sponsored by
is.
herself. Leah
Yes.
sponsors herself.
Leah sponsors herself, not the episodes.
I pay nothing. I'm broke.
Yeah. So the theme this year is a starlight night.
Ooh, a starry night.
Yep.
By Vincent
Um,
van
If
Gogh.
I don't have some mysterious romantic like masquerade kiss, I'm throwing a fit.
Invitees may
Gonna be us,
invite
Leah.
fourth year companions if you would like to, but first and second year students are not allowed. Which is why you guys have never been a part of this before. Also, you're required to come in formal costumes with masks. Your costume can take whatever form it wants, but you just can't suggest any specific college affiliation. It's like part of the lore of like coming together as a school, sort of thing, that like your dress does not specifically look like a Witherbloom student outfit or whatever. Like it can
No hoodie that says Quandrix or anything.
yeah.
People just walk out in like a paper mask. It just says drinks across their shirt.
It's a paper
Um,
bag over their head saying "I'm not famous," and then on the back it says Witherbloom.
And then the silver pin that was next to it is a magical item you can all add to your inventory if you want. It's called a mask charm, MASQUE, and then charm. It's a common magic item. It basically just lets you cast disguise self once a day, but instead of lasting for 1 hour, it lasts for 6 hours.
Ooh.
But if it's cast, if you can choose 1 hour or 6 hours. My mistake. If you choose the 6 hours, though, the pin will become non-magical. Essentially, they give this to you to like test out your looks, or if you don't want to purchase fancy clothing, you can just do this. Although, if you are found using the mask charm, like on campus before the event, you will be withdrawn from extracurriculars for the rest of the year.
Oh wow.
How do we pronounce? How do you add it to the inventory again? Sorry.
Go into inventory, manage inventory, and then it's MASQUE charm. And it's just a common wondrous item.
Charm. Oh, I'm not clicking add items. Oh no, yeah, I am.
There you go.
My
And then we can fast forward back through time to where you guys have all, I assume, gathered up together either in a different meeting spot or maybe on the steps of the biblioplex. Up to you guys, wherever you decide that you wanted to meet. Right above the formal invitation and campaign handouts is also sort of like the center area of the school anyways, so wherever you guys decided to meet.
Biblioplex.
Yeah, I
Makes
say
sense.
biblioplex.
So on the stairs of the biblioplex, you have all met up together, had your moment of roleplay from earlier, and now what would you guys like to do?
Okay, so did you hey guys, how was your summer?
I helped a local
What?
business.
Sorry, I had to deal with a crisis. What did I miss?
I asked
Leave it.
how was your summer?
It was pretty
I
good.
can't complain, honestly. I
That's-
got to.
Cool.
Leave
I
it.
got to be with my family. I changed my hair, and Kylos just kind of like. Kylos now has locks. So he just kind of like shakes them a little bit.
Hair flip?
Like, no, not so much hair flip. Just like kind of shakes his head and then kind of like
Lorcan
Yes.
goes to pat Kylos on the head gently.
Do that
Or-
again, and you will be, fucking
never touch dreadlocks
Wait.
without permission.
Can I?
Head what you?
Can I touch them? I haven't
No.
successfully done them yet. Oh,
No.
please.
No touch.
Oh,
I mean,
they look good,
grow up.
man. They
Then
look
deal with
good.
it. No touch.
Oh.
What'd you do? You take pictures of the sun or something?
Damn right I did, and then I dump a bunch of fucking photos on the ground. just
I have no more
just like a massive pile of images, like film on the floor, and some
I
photos.
I was joking.
I was not.
What? Huh.
But
Well, that's-
some of them are pretty good.
I am glad that you all had a good summer.
Yeah, what about you?
I'd rather not speak.
Got it.
Did you end up going to a war or something? What happened?
I
They started a drug cartel.
With
I'm
with,
pretty sure that would be Olive.
I am
with
pretty
Olive?
sure that is my responsibility. Also, Nixie and I spent a wonderful summer together, learning more about each other and becoming better as friends.
That's good.
Wow.
Oh,
I will kill for them now.
Oh, yay! I'd kill for you
Oh.
too.
I-
This is the
I-
nicest thing anyone has ever said to me.
Blood will be on both our hands, and we can use it like cherry jam.
Olive hugs Nixie.
Nixie hugs them back.
I stand closer to Kylos for protection.
Yeah, buddy.
I don't know
Yay.
how to feel about this display of affection.
Also,
Buddy.
I also got a haircut.
Nice.
I
It
just
looks
wanted to
really
say
cool.
Are getting haircuts before school a common thing?
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of
Sometimes.
just decided. I
just
decided
wanted
to
a
get it
haircut.
done mainly because I saw a bunch of people in my family decided to get them done. I'm like, hey, I feel like I can make this work, and lo and behold, here we are.
yeah, it
Rat's
does
hair-
work, man.
Rat's hair is kind of just pulled up in like a little hasty ponytail. It's not a very long one, but
My hair grew out a bit, and I didn't feel like cutting it, so I styled it instead. And now I have these cute little like pigtail things.
Yeah. Also,
It is very
Lorcan, just a heads up, I can Nixie is terrifying and very strong. I cannot save you from that. Get away from me.
All in
Nothing
one
you can do.
Look, just because you can't stop them doesn't mean you can't more bouncer away from them. Please.
That they shoot
I-
lightning like it's a
Oh
fucking
shit, they
ray gun.
do. Look, I just feel safer near you. It doesn't mean you have to save me. It's just.
We're gonna.
I did not
We're
get a
gonna
haircut.
fix that.
It's just the same haircut. I got the
I
same
know.
So
haircut.
the same old Kylos.
I am a little different, not really.
Have you
I
studied
did not
more
know-
about life and death?
I didn't
Yeah.
know we were also gonna get revamped before the whole exchange,
am
so
life
I
and death.
am the same.
Oh,
No, you're not life and death. You are destruction incarnate in the form
I
of a
am
lightning
death.
bolt.
I am become death, destroyer of worlds.
And Ken.
and Ken.
I'm both. Oh,
I-
I knew I was enough.
I am become death. And Ken.
All in.
So,
Nixie, wait, Nixie, quick question.
Yeah.
How's Wackus Bonkus? I haven't seen them at all.
I'm glad you asked. I'm gonna pull him out of my little pouch. He's right here
Yeah.
doing absolutely fantastic. Look, he has a cool
Good.
little sticker on his shell now. He picked it out himself, and it's a
Oh
sticker.
God.
It's a sticker of a shark and a strawberry.
I take a picture.
That's perfect. Take a
Yep.
picture.
as soon as Wackus Bonkus is freed from his pouch, he locks eyes with you, Kylos, and you feel him staring into your soul.
Is that an intimidation check?
No,
You should
because
feel
Kylos
fear
would
whenever
never survive.
Rat,
Oh my
purposely,
god.
Rat purposely looks away from Wackus Bonkus.
What? I don't. Why? What's wrong? Why are you guys avoiding eye contact with him?
I am
No,
making direct eye contact.
Me too. I'm like, can I pet him? He's lovely. May
Well,
I?
you gotta ask him first.
Okay, got you. Wackus Bonkus, may I pet you?
The eyes stare deeply.
Deeply.
What do you say, Wackus Funkus? And I put him up really close to my ear.
What do you
Wackus
say?
Bonkus
Wackus
is death staring you, Kylos.
I think he says no.
not
He would
the
like his
Wackus
personal
Bonkus.
space.
I completely understand.
I was waiting for you
Aw.
to go kill them in my ear, and I'm a little disappointed you didn't.
Kill John Lennon.
Kill John
Lennon.
We can't have too many murderous pets, alright? Hog already exists.
Who's
Hog is not murderous.
not
Right,
yet?
hang on.
Hog hasn't been
What is the
unleashed
extent of
enough to be murderous. Hog would 100%
Olive
eat a
is
child.
really murderous. Got it.
Hog has eaten a person.
Yeah, Hog ate a
So
person.
So Olive would eat a person.
What?
Hog is
That
an extension
depends.
of Olive.
Look over there. What else new is around here?
Olive,
Now the real question
Olive,
is
how's
eating in
your-
what way?
No.
Think-
Hold on.
So,
I'm sorry.
Moving on.
Olive,
I'm
how's
sorry.
your invisible corn?
I'm not going invisible corn right now. That's my family's thing. I did not get the chance to see them over the summer over some difficulties, but I have kept in touch with Havanesh, if any of you are wondering.
I'm
How
not
are you
wondering,
guys?
I know.
How are you two?
Thriving.
They're cute as
God.
all hell. I have pictures from like one of their dates. It's so cute.
Why do you have
Wonderful.
pictures from one of their dates?
Wait, hang on. How
You
did
don't
get
take pictures
from them?
of your friends before they go out on a date as if they're going out to prom or something.
Did you
No.
steal
Then
one
you're
of my
doing friendship
cameras?
wrong.
Did you steal one
Oh.
of my cameras?
No.
Have I been doing
Nixie.
friendship wrong?
Yes.
I did not know they were taking photos, so
I literally asked you the pose.
I thought you just liked my outfit.
You saw the snap.
I thought you were really weird about it.
No, I was taking pictures. So you guys like as okay.
are we slowly turning this from like medieval fantasy to this should have just taken place in like modern day? Is
Probably.
is this what I'm
Stuff.
gathering?
Why do you
I
think all
honest to
this
God
is
did
weird?
not remember what time period this is supposed to be.
This is like post Dark
To be
Age,
fair,
is
I
it
think
not?
we've talked about
Ready?
roller skates before too. so-
Yeah.
There's roller skates, there's skateboarding.
Skateboards.
Um
Oh, I need a skateboard. That's my aim for this year.
honestly, the probably most advanced technology is camera technology.
Yes!
I was
Because
about to say, there's a whole Polaroid.
yeah,
Can I
very
start showing everyone cute pictures of Olive's dates and the
Well,
cute
I-
outfits they wear?
I explained it as sort of like a permanent, like imprint of minor illusion.
yeah.
That's sort of how it works in my brain. Is that it takes the camera when the shutter happens, it goes onto a silver slate, and the slate itself basically casts minor illusion on itself for like a brief moment and causes a permanent imprint.
You
That's
know,
essentially how the camera
Oh.
works.
yeah, very cool. But also now that I think about it, in lore for this setting, they do very specifically say they get students from like all of the different planes of existence and stuff. So they probably had students from Eberron, which like shifts the whole thing. Ugh.
Hashtag
Oh.
send all of home.
Technically there is a spell that would be able to get Olive home. It's more of a
Banishment.
no,
It
because
doesn't work.
okay, so essentially banishment wouldn't work because Earth is still a material, is like the material plane, it's just in a different like universe essentially. But what banishment does is it sends things that aren't it sends things from the material plane away to where they come from on the outer planes. So no, I'm specifically talking about there's a 7th level spell called Dream of the Blue Veil, where for like if you decide to take a 6-hour nap, you can just teleport to a different plane of the multiverse that's still on the material plane.
So you're
All
telling
of
me I
them are
could
just
go to a
visiting
different
home
plane
this
of
whole time.
existence?
But
You're telling me I
what I'm saying is the issue is the return trip, because all magic works off of magical ley lines that Earth doesn't have.
But yeah, why do you think Olive doesn't believe in magic? It doesn't fucking exist.
If you were to go to Earth, you're trapped there.
Yeah, I fucking know, mate.
Why do you think we're here now?
But anyway, so standing on the steps
This
of
is getting a little too real.
standing on the steps of the biblioplex, the 6 of you, because Nether is there, but I'm not going to roleplay Nether because that's Charlie's job. But just Nether is there because they have also received the same summons. So,
Hey, Nether, how's it going? Nether just stares in silence.
Nether says a
They're too busy
Nether thing.
reading their lines.
The same wackest
Yes,
wonkus
sir.
stare.
Haha, oh, Nether.
You're so silly, Goofy.
Yeah,
This is
Nether
why you're my
says
best
Nether
friend,
things.
Nether.
The third Rat gives
Ha, ha,
the
ha.
fair one of the city goose cards.
So anyways, standing on the steps of the biblioplex with all your summons, you catch up and find yourself staring at the biblioplex, which is like one part library, one part sort of big school assembly hall, and also one part literally what gives Strixhaven its unique different environments, because like on one side of campus you have an actual swamp known as Witherbloom, and on the other side is a vast barren desert with a hole in the ground where Lorehold makes their campus. And then you have Quandrix, which has a small like sort of giant lake and vibrant verdant like nature everywhere, and then Prismari, which I think is I actually don't know about the Prismari campus because it's been a while since I read that one. Anyways, as you stand on the steps of the biblioplex, what would you guys like to do? Is where I was trying to go with that.
I'm gonna start walking inside because that's where we were summoned. So I'm just gonna
Okay.
start a walking.
We's a walking.
I'm a walking.
Okay, we's a walking.
Olive follows.
Guys, that's a lot of talking in the raised hand chat. Like
I'm so sorry.
It's not important. We'll let you know if it's important.
I didn't realize we were in raised hands.
Oh, you.
So, as you
silly goofballs.
walk into the biblioplex, in sort of the biblioplex is built in like rings, and in the first ring is the library where you meet the what looks to be a new librarian. Unlike the two giant sentient like swirling like creatures made of like a thick ink. This is also one of those creatures.
Ink?
This is also one of those creatures, but they haven't decided to like form themselves into just like a 5-story tall, just like a tree of ever expanding tendrils and stuff. This one looks like they're attempting more of a humanoid form. They're still like this sort of purple, sparkly ink creature with tendrils out the back that are like zooming around the library, shelving books and pulling others to the front for like holdaways and stuff. And on what you would assume to either be from its height, maybe chest, or it looks like they put it on their stomach to be about eye height with you guys, is a little name tag that looks like it's sort of seeping into their body. That says...
Do we approach?
that says, "Hello, I'm Gru."
Oh.
No.
Oh.
Not the Steve Carell character. More like the actual word Gru, Grew.
What? That's an actual word?
Grew. When something grows, it grew.
Oh, past tense for grow. It's like it's another.
But yeah, if you want, you can approach. They look like they vaguely attempted a humanoid shape, but they're still a little bit too tall and their proportions aren't quite there. And the creature has
Oh, I am right.
no eyes, fingers, or any conceivable legs. It looks like they made one giant torso that just goes up about 10-12 feet and then has some arms that are like resting on the desk in like a greeting position before their appendages go off to the rest of the library. And then it sort of peters into almost a neck and a head-ish on top of it of just like a sludge.
I love them.
So, who wants to go first?
But you guys would
As-
know
as
that if you don't want to, you don't have to interact with the librarian, because the library is like the outer ring of the biblioplex, and then you can go in to the next ring, which is sort of using magic of Quandrix is a little bit like a room of requirement sort of thing, where like its exact size and layout isn't always consistent.
Nice.
Okay, so
Mhm.
it's the impossible spaces.
Yep.
Hey, Kylos. I'll rock, paper, scissors you who says hi to the new slime ball.
It just has to be said that their bromance is so very wholesome.
I will. It is not a bromance.
It's a little bit of a bromance.
It is.
In the
Look,
best
I need
way,
to go say hi. Look, I
not
need
an
to go say
instrument, Doc-on.
I said I'd rock, paper, scissors you for it.
No, I'm sure this one won't hit you.
Do you want to bet?
He looks pretty friendly. He looks pretty friendly.
I have a plus 11 to persuasion, alright. I go approach the slime.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm gonna say hi to Crew.
Yep. You say hi, and for a moment it seems like they attempt to also speak to you, sort of forming a jaw and opening their a mouth, sort of, but there's nothing past that. It's almost like if someone made a clay sculpture of an open mouth.
Oh.
Someone just
Wait,
like
hang on.
jabbed their thumbs in and made a mouth, but then nothing comes out because there are no vocal cords after that, and there's no air to push through those vocal cords.
Wait, can they not speak at all?
As far as you've
I
known
would
the
like to give
librarians,
them vocal
they do not
cords.
speak. No, these
These things are.
the ooze librarians do not speak.
These
Oh.
librarians are
Things
nightmare
easy.
fuel.
I could see these things easily becoming the villains of like a horror one shot.
But
Them trying
Yeah.
to become human. I
have
don't like this.
How long is it until October?
but you I think last year some of you would remember if you ever requested anything from the librarians. They're very helpful even with their lack of communication. If you ask where a book is, they seem to always know where they are and give you a very accurate reference number. If you request to put something on hold as soon as it comes in, it's always there. And they have very neat handwriting, all things considered, with their lack of fingers.
They're very sweet ladies.
They're incredible. They just don't speak because they lack the function to speak. But they're
But they can write.
Oh, they
So
can, right?
Yeah.
So what if we tried befriend? What if we just become pen pals?
if you want to become pen pals with the librarian, you totally could.
Oh
Is
my
that
god.
what the- Hey, Rat, do you want to become pen pals with Gru?
I do a little bit.
You can if you want. I'm not gonna stop you. I just wanted to see if they could actually, like, speak vocally.
Rat goes up to the ladies and writes on a little piece of note. He just writes, "Hi, how are you?"
Yep. They they reach an appendage towards a basket of small paper cards. They're about the size of index cards, but like every library I've ever known, on the back there's like ink and stuff that looks like someone went to print something and then it like misprinted. So
I know what you're talking about.
they took the paper, cut it up, save paper. Every library has this, and it's the thing I love most about libraries. There's like a history there. They reach out and like absorb a piece of paper for a second through one arm, and then through the other reach out to you, and it appears in their palm, and you see a piece of paper that says good day, welcome to the library. Is there anything I can help you with?
Oh, that's so nice.
And it's
Rat.
it's in this very nice, almost like calligraphied cursive writing.
Aww. Rat writes down, I feel like I was very rude last year. I never asked what your name was.
They go to
Flirting?
they
No, Rat.
they reabsorb the first piece
this-
of paper and it disappears into their form while they reach out for another one, which goes in their palm to pass to you again. And it says, "Oh, that is very unfortunate. I'm new here. I wasn't around last year. I hope we can get along better."
Aw, she's so nice. I love this old lady slime. Rat says, "I'll look forward to visiting your library." Or writes down, I'll look forward to visiting your library. Me and my friends were summoned here. We're wondering if you know by who.
Once again, the paper reabsorbs back into their flesh as they reach for a different one, and out it comes into the hand. If you ever need anything, simply ask. Oh, you were summoned. They're in the center chamber that has a name, but I don't want to look it up because it's like in a completely different part of the book than this part is, which makes no sense.
Okay.
Love it when you go by the book.
Because one of the next things is the receptions at Bow's End Tavern. Because they already introduced Bow's End's Tavern in year one, they never speak of it again. They don't tell you anything about it, and they don't even tell you where to find it in the book.
Did they not provide a reference?
No, usually they do. Oh, actually, never mind. I skimmed right past it. More information about Bow's End Tavern and a map of the location appear in Chapter 3, but that's all they give you.
Wow.
Chapter 3. So all of Chapter 3, you gotta guess where it is.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
See,
Love it when books do that.
it's one of the things I like about the other adventure books. I'm going on a tangent, and I very much do apologize, but
I'm loving it.
as I'm getting ready for like as I'm sort of just like putting the early pieces down for like Curse of Strahd, I'm reading through the book, and Curse of Strahd, actually what it has is each chapter is its own location. So like you have chapter 1, this village, chapter 2, this village, chapter 3, this mountain, and then like in that section also has like when you're in town, these are the like quest hooks and stuff. It's a very open like thing, so that's the best way to do it. But I prefer that setup where it's like you have a chapter dedicated to each location, or even if you just had one big master chapter of all the different locations, and then in the book you would be like, in chapter 3 is, the Bow's End Tavern, and you didn't have to search through sort of what adventure was Bow's End Tavern again. It's just like, oh, Bow's End Tavern is like a subsection of the chapter. But anyways, that's my rant about how Strixhaven is written. I have very mixed feelings about Strixhaven because like I'm enjoying this campaign a lot. You guys are awesome. And running it isn't super duper hard, but at the same time, it's not a great adventure book, and it's not a great like setting book. It tries to do both, but then doesn't do either well, and it's kind of annoying. But anyways, with that rant aside, you guys know where the central chamber that she was speaking about is.
Okay, I write a little. I write down a little. Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you again. Yep. And then he gives them a thumbs up.
It like looks at its own sort of amorphous tendril like limb for a second before another small tendril appears, and it almost looks like it replicates a thumbs up.
Oh, okay.
He
smiles and then starts to head in the direction.
Cool. Yeah, as you guys walk through the rest of the Biblioplex library and the sort of outer shell before you come to the door, I actually wanted to head to it just to see what it was called. Oh, okay. It is called the Hall of Oracles.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sounds fancy.
Yeah. So as you guys make your way to the Hall of Oracles, what stands before you is on each side of the door is a large, about 15-foot stone statue of on one side you see what looks to be a human woman, probably late 60s, early 70s, in sort of like a very, very basic but very neat robe with some like patterning sculpted into the stone that's on her upper chest, and then down a long central piece, holding a staff, and she's looking out to like northeastern direction, and then on the other side is a sort of elven man in what looks to be the same sort of dress, but looks to be fashion wise like earlier. Like while hers was simple robe and stuff, you can still tell it had more advanced stitching techniques than his that they've sculpted into the stone, like sort of the more rough sort of edges and stuff. And it lacks all of the embroidery sort of on the front. And he's looking off into like a northwestern direction.
Nathair
And
probably comments. Nathair probably comments on their outfits,
probably.
and then we all agree with whatever he says.
But if anyone would like to, if you would like to make a history check,
Alright, let's go.
yeah.
Am I good at those?
Oh,
First
No.
roll of the night.
Wow.
Rolling time. Ugh.
Let's start with oven and then go in table order of everyone.
Oh, I didn't roll.
I thought you said you wanted
You
to.
said no. I said I didn't want
Okay.
to.
Then did Finn, did Olive
yes.
okay. Then
Olive got a 16.
16, Lorcon,
12.
12. Did Nixie or Kylos make this check?
Got
I
a
rolled a
16.
9.
9, and Kylos
I got a 16.
also 16.
Ayo.
Okay. Then Kylos
That's not
and
right.
Olive, you would know this.
Fret's just standing there.
What did you get a 16? You got a 15 on your +1. I have a +4. God damn it.
It's the dice be like that sometimes. It's okay. I
Dice do be finicky.
had one
Dice hate
character.
me.
I had one character who had like +13 on a certain skill, and regularly I would roll less than someone else at the table who had like just their skill modifier, just their ability modifier,
Was-
like no skill proficiency. It was like +2 or something.
This is probably totally wrong, but was that during my God Mafia campaign or something like that?
It might have been. It might have been. No, because the only way you could get something that's that high was a rogue, and I never played a rogue that. I think it was. Oh, I think it was during my brother's campaign, the one we don't talk about.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna ask now, but I may ask later.
Yeah. But anyways, that's just how the dice beat. But Kylos and Olive, you guys would know this. These two are sort of the quote unquote newest oracles of Strixhaven. Like there's currently one heading up the position now, but before her was the human woman you see, and then before her was this elven man who the reason his dress looks so much older is because he held the position for like 500 years, because elves live for an insanely long time.
Wow.
He was their first oracle and then held the position for many generations, and then they had someone else. She held it for the amount of time that a normal human can hold a job, and then they elected a new one, which was
Wow.
only about like 40 years ago. But anyways, those two statues flank the doors, and then as you go to push your way into them, I have a you see this like howl, this sort of like big open hall, and at the center is this like pulsing ball of magical energy that keeps the room brightly lit. You guys would know this as Strixhaven's snarl. It was in the lore document at the very beginning of this campaign, but it hasn't come up a ton since, because Strixhaven also has a really bad
Oh.
habit of doing this, where they're like, hey, here's this like big thing. Don't worry about it too much, though. We're never going to talk about it.
No, I remember this. It was the.
Yeah.
It's like where the magic gets
Yep.
like spirals or something.
Yeah. Essentially,
Condensed.
everyone except maybe Olive, unless Olive puts study into it, I'll leave that up to you. But since the rest of you are native to Arcavius, you would know that essentially how this plane was formed is two different planes of the multiverse, sort of like were moving past each other in the big sea of multiverses. Essentially, they overlapped, and then just enough like weird magic happened that they both appeared in the same location on like one material plane, forming Arcavius. And when that happened, their ley lines got all like crisscrossed in a way that they're not supposed to, which created these snarls of magical energy, where essentially all of the fabric of magic that in D&D is known as the weave got all tangled up in one big in these big like hunks of pure magical energy. And that's also why, like I said a little bit earlier, the campus has all of these like sort of weird biomes so close to each other. And it's also why the schools are a little bit not quite opposite with themselves, but like Witherbloom is life and death. Silverquill is like light and dark. Quandrix is both nature and science. Prismari is creation and destruction. Like all these different things. That weird sort of like magic gave birth to weird magic dragons, which then decided to cultivate schools around their weird magic.
And don't we just love weird magic?
We love weird magic in this house.
Wow.
But sort of, you take a step into it, and then you just sort of see the snarl, which is like ambiently pulsing before, after like a second of two of looking around and seeing this like sort of empty room. You feel like for just a moment, you guys all feel sort of dizzy, and as you go to like step and like steady yourself, you find yourself in a different room. This is still vaguely about the same size, but you see this large sort of like stone table almost, with a raised platform, and sitting in seats are 11 different people. And you recognize some of these people. On one side, Kylos, you would notice Professor Valentine and Professor Lizette from Witherbloom's. These are their two deans. And going down, there's also Nathair isn't here, but the ones Nathair would recognize are Shale Talonrook, Professor Shale Talonrook, or Professor Talonrook. Oh my goodness. Who is a Owlin woman, and Professor Lou, who is a human man, who is their two deans. The ones that Rat and Lorcan recognize, because you guys share the Quandrix school, are Professor Cayenne and Professor Imbraham, a elven woman and a Owlin dude. Yeah.
Dude.
How dude is he?
I mean, he's not as dude as like Jevanesh, who's like 6'4" and built like a linebacker, but he's like he's like Jack if he was an Owlin. You know, he's
Alright.
he's sort of a slender, smaller guy. You know,
Jack is pretty dude though.
yeah, Jack's pretty dude.
Did I take that as a compliment?
If
Yeah.
you want to. Nixie would recognize Professor Mistcoiler and then Professor Nasari. Two elementally touched people known as Genasi. Mistcoiler is a water woman, and then Nasari is sort of an earth, like an androgynous earth person, who, like the earth themselves, decides pronouns are for losers.
Haha, they are.
Nice.
And then, I mean, maybe
know.
you would recognize these people. Depends on how much time you've been spending around Lorehold ever since you got to know Jevanesh. But there's Professor Tullus and Professor Plarg. But then there's one person that none of you guys recognize. This is a human woman in her early 60s. Her hair is gray, but one thing is immediately familiar to you, and it is the white robes that she is wearing with this sort of intricate patterning on the front of them.
Rat immediately starts to worry about several things. Number one, he is worrying about whether or not they've caught on to his secret. And number two, immediately thinks they're gonna be expelled.
Where's the best place to I'll put this in handouts as well. If you guys want a better look at the woman in the center, blue robes, not white, my mistake. There's some
Wait a minute.
there's some art. She's not floating. She appears to be sitting comfortably like the rest of them are. I haven't been paying attention to Roll20 at all. I see you guys are up to your usual habits.
What are you talking about?
Oh, step right there, come.
I'm actually pleasantly surprised by that. Like, I figured like
I closed Roll20 because you said we didn't need it.
yeah, you don't if you don't want it. I use it for the background music that is in the episodes that I'm told is like way too quiet, but if I turn it up any, I cannot hear anything.
Yeah.
I feel that pain. I understand your suffering.
Yeah. But anyways, so yeah, as you guys step into sort of like step to balance yourself from this like dizzy spell, you see these 11 figures sort of like all seated. There is still you can actually look up and it looks like you guys are in the same place but like lower. The snarl is like floating ambiently, like about 30 feet in the air. And the woman in the center of all these people, and then it sort of like radiates outwards. I listed them in order of like schools and stuff, but it's more like on one side of her is one Lorehold teacher, then the other, and then the Prismari teacher, and then the Prismari teacher, and if you get that.
Yeah, it's just like they mirror each other.
Yeah, for all of your head pictures. And it's giving just this ambient soft light across soft blue light across the whole thing, and the woman in the center sort of like looks up from where she's been sort of almost just staring at her hands, it seems. She looks up and looks at all of you and says, "Oh, very good. Welcome."
Wait, hang on. I should have asked. Is it just our group in this room surrounded by all the teachers, or
Yes. It
Oh
is
fuck.
it is the six of you, Wackus Bonkus, Hog,
And the heads of
and
The-
the
heads of
the 11
This is-
heads of the school of Strixhaven.
Yeah, Rat's panicking.
We should go.
Run! They can't grab all of us.
Hey, Kylos.
You'll never take me alive.
How much water do you need to breathe again?
I need it. Like I can hold my breath for like an hour, 2 hours.
So,
What's that? I don't remember. I
anyways,
don't know.
it's a number of rounds equal to
2 minutes.
your Constitution modifier.
3.
Yeah, so 18 seconds. Which
Not long enough.
which doesn't seem like a lot, but remember, this is like a standard round that you still get action, bonus action, movement, so you can still do like a lot of things and hold your breath for 18 seconds. That's like
Wow.
but anyways. So after this woman speaks, anything from you guys, or
Do I need to roll persuasion yet?
Rat's just you know the picture of the little guy of like that goes you have games on your phone, little guy. That's kind of what Rat looks like, except on the verge of tears.
I have an image in my head, but it's not the one that you've described. It's the crying one that disappears with the two hands just
That's what Rat feels like.
Yeah. The older lady puts her hand out. I sense some stress. Need
Look,
not
if you're-
worry. You are not in any trouble.
It wasn't us. The monkey was not us.
I don't even know what the monkey
Shut
looks
the
like.
fuck up! Shut the fuck up!
I don't even know these people. They are complete strangers to me.
Lorcan was not there for the monkey incident.
I don't know
Therefore,
what
I am innocent. I am innocent.
He's actually the only innocent one.
What do you mean?
I don't know what
Well, actually, if we want to, we could also make Rat and Nathair innocent because they were on their own group. But
That's
then
true.
Nixie
Kylos,
did
Olive, and
nothing.
Nathair and Nixie were all in the group that released the
No, we're
monkey
not.
and then watched it run into the forest and decided to do nothing about it.
Nothing
Um,
happened.
But
Correction.
anyways,
Olive decided to do nothing about it.
Wow, way to throw Olive under the bridge.
Why? Didn't pull him.
Olive, remember I kill for you.
Olive would remember that.
s-
I didn't pull
so
a monkey out of a bag.
You have
That's
no
not my
evidence
check.
of us causing any terrorist attacks against any Fae.
Hang on, I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out. No one saw Olive pull that out of the bag. Bullshit. I've been covering up this entire time.
Yeah, Olive has been very specific about if they interact with their magic items or do magic, that they very purposely want to make sure that no one is looking, or that it was an absolute accident. And the monkey was before the headband, so it was an accident.
Yep.
You're
So
telling
then
me
none of us are at fault for
I'm
this.
calling you out. No one's seen Olive do magic.
it was an
But then-
incident. No one was at fault.
Anyways, as this
Right,
lady
you
says
your
that you
insurance
guys are
company.
not in trouble,
Good.
are you guys still freaking out?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Nope. Olive's chilling, petting hog, vibing.
There's not been a single incident where Lorcan has been told by an elder that they are not in trouble before being horrifically questioned.
Kylos is minor stress, but you know, he'll deal with it.
You
Alex could more bounder out of this situation at any
No,
moment.
that looks like a very magical woman. I don't think I can do much here.
But yeah, when she says that you aren't in trouble, Kylos, with your insane passive perception of isn't it 1,000,000 now? I've lost track at like
no,
1,000.
I can tell you. No, it's 23. You're
Yeah.
being dramatic.
I'm being incredibly dramatic, but it is still incredibly high.
What do you mean? What? Yeah, I've got a 23 in my passive perception.
How do you check passive perception?
On the sidebar right under your saving throws, if you're on a computer, it should say like
Oh, passive intelligence, passive wisdom, perception. Oh, I see it. Mine's 18.
which puts Lorcan at the second highest in the entire group.
My passive intelligence is 19. Should I be aware? Should I be saying this?
These are actually
Oh, no,
ones.
my passive investigation.
These are actually things that I probably should have written down, and I usually do, but I don't play with a DM screen when I do online sessions because I don't have to worry about any of you like looking across the table and seeing all of my notes and stuff because we're not at a table. But usually I like tape all of these to my DM screen and I'm like intimately aware of them. This time I did not and haven't found like a good solution. Because I don't want to stick a sticky note to like the corner of my screen and then have to remove it when I go to do things for the rest of the week and then place it back before session.
Your entire room would be bright pink with sticky notes.
But anyways, so yeah, as Kylos with your passive perception of 23, and I will also say Lorcan with your passive perception of an 18, you can tell that you see most of the other deans of the school like nodding in agreement when she says that you're not in trouble, but you do pick 2 out of the crowd that seem to not fully be on board with the you're not in trouble.
Cowards.
The human woman from Lorehold, Professor Tullis, and the water genasi woman from Prismari, Professor Mistcoiler. They don't fully look on board with the you're not in trouble part, but at the same time they're also not making any actions to like speak up against you.
Why do the women not like us?
I've been asking that my whole life.
There are a lot other women as well. It's not like all of the women decided that they hate you. It's just these 2 don't look like they're fully on board with the
specific women do not like
Why
us.
do these specific women hate our guts?
I don't know, but whatever happens, you drink the water genasi.
Not how that works.
Sorry, I just caught on to what you said. It took me a minute to process it.
I'm not drinking. I can't really word this in any way.
She is still a carbon-based life form like a human. She has human skin and stuff.
Elemental. The guy from Elemental.
No, because I was about to say something like, "There's no way I won't end up in the quote book."
Genasi
What did you say? Say it, coward.
No.
Genasi are elementally touched.
Quote yourself. At least quote yourself.
Anyways, but you just like catch this very brief interaction before the elderly woman in the middle continues. I don't usually meet with the students. I am Jadazi, the Oracle of Strixhaven, and it is a pleasure to finally meet you after all I have seen.
And it's still a pleasure?
What?
Are you sure?
What exactly have you seen? Because I would argue. Never mind.
I don't even like what I have seen about us, and you is a pleasure?
Thank you.
I'm so confused.
Hey, hang on a minute. Olive.
What?
She
We are not going to awful. I was just
I
being
know we're
honest.
not great, but like,
She taps the side of her nose and says, "You don't truly believe you're the first students to get up to some mischief while being here, do you?"
oh, we all know
Miss-
Quentin's an asshole,
No.
but like, come
We're
on.
calling
But-
this mischief? If
Do-
you want to downplay awesomeness, that's fine, but wow.
I hope that Hog is nodding in agreement to what Olive just said.
You know he is.
You look
so-
around and see it looks like some type of like beetle or something got in here, and Hog is chasing it in the background, trying to catch it.
He's fine.
Rat speaks up again and he goes, so if we're not in any sort of trouble, why exactly have you called us here? If you don't mind me asking.
Oh wow, that was super delayed. For some reason, I looked over on my other screen where I have D&D Beyond up, and I just finally saw Kylos's history check from, what was that, like 20 minutes ago?
Yeah.
That was weird. Anyways,
What did it?
oh, it was just your history check finally. It showed up on D&D Beyond for some reason. It's like super late, but it was like, Kylos made a history check. And I was like, what is that?
Why-
Oh, it's 16. Oh, that's from earlier. Why?
Why
Um,
why aren't you using the dice that I gave you?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't I mainly because I have shit object permanents and I don't want to lose them. So they are in a spot where I will always know where they are. Plus I seldom use I did use the dice, but then I lost the dice and I felt bad. And so I don't want to lose the dice.
I got them special to be used.
I highly
Use
recommend
them.
dice trays. They're very nice. But anyways, so
I don't got one of those.
yeah.
On a desk.
This woman Jadazi gives a little smile. In the many years that Strixhaven has been around, every once in a while when some mischief makers show off a certain talent, they are brought into the fold, as it were.
Rat leans over.
Kind of whispers to
Rat
himself.
leans. Yeah, Rat leans over to probably to Thera and goes, "Do you think she's talking about us?"
Lorcan overhears this and goes to Rat and goes, "No, I don't think it's us."
He goes, "Oh, okay."
As you may have noticed, the school is prone to threats every now and again from
Terrorism.
wayward magic experiments, and occasionally these
Terrifying bug things.
new entities
Mascots.
that we don't quite know a ton about. But yes, all of these
Gorillas.
are
Portal worms.
valid points. When
Many times we've all nearly died.
Points at Kylos.
Terrorism.
when you run a school where it is your job to teach and further the understandings of magic in the world, sometimes
Mhm.
things happen that aren't incredibly safe. And it is unfortunate.
Is it?
And as we want to keep every student as safe as they possibly can as they learn and grow with their own magic, when
I thought we were trying to do escapism here. You're just talking about the real world.
I know it's a little too real, actually.
a little bit, yeah.
Except in the real world, it's more like teachers don't care one student gets bullied too much, and then teachers realize that like maybe they should have cared. actually, that's incredibly not fair to blame it on the teachers. They want to teach students. They didn't necessarily sign up to be licensed psychologists.
Yeah.
Or like experts at de-escalation tactics or anything. So that's incredibly
They didn't
unfair to
want to
teachers.
be escalators during basically terrorism. Shocker.
Anyways,
Going back to the
But-
fantasy land, please.
but what she is talking about is essentially you guys go to a magic school, and magic is not always safe. Fireball is a spell that exists.
Yeah.
There are many different spells that summon creatures from other planes of existence that might not necessarily want to be summoned here. And get kind of angry when that happens.
Yeah, that space worm was in the middle of the hanky-panky with his wife, and you just rudely made him leave.
So anyways,
I'm going to hurt you.
I'm in a silly mood today, you guys.
to keep our students safe, especially in times where greater mishaps of magic could happen, our council here has a special policy on electing a student or group of students who show themselves quite capable of dealing with these things when they arise. We've gone through your
Fuck off.
We've gone through your records and found that across the 2 years you've been here, you guys have managed to survive and defeat a number of great threats to yourself. Quite a personal cost, I would imagine. And we as a school would simply ask that you keep doing that, but with less of a personal cost, and we treat you like the professionals you act to be when these situations arise anyway.
Okay, are we getting paid for this?
Yes.
Okay.
Essentially, we would ask you to be heroes of Strixhaven, and we make sure that you are well compensated for what it does and all of that. Essentially, you do exactly what you were doing anyways. If a threat arises, you step in and you take care of it. You make a note to a teacher of your choice in reporting, and we will make sure that you are compensated and find it easier to both do your studies and this new job.
So we get paid to do what we were doing already.
Yes, it's quite a good offer, isn't it?
It's very nice, but like, is there health insurance?
I agree. What are the other benefits?
Do we
of-
get
of
dental?
doing this?
I
There's just insurance 'cause my family works on a farm, and just having a farm is a big like liability to a lot of your health. So if we're going around fighting these monsters and dealing with, and Olive holds up their hands to do the quote thing, this magic, as it will, which is totally not real, but yeah, they're crazy, so it's fine. I just want health benefits in case I, almost die.
So do I.
hey, Finn, could you turn down the music you're listening to just a smidge?
Oh,
It comes
I'm
through
sorry.
when you. It's okay. It only happens when you talk
turned it
for.
off.
Okay, you didn't have to do that if you didn't want to, but just when you talk for a while, your Discord mic was letting more of it in.
Whoops.
It's okay. But anyways, I'm not quite familiar with health insurance, but if you
That's very concerning.
I
again
don't know if I want to.
medieval fantasy, the big companies that deal with you know health
Rat-
insurance doesn't exist, and also I'm a
Rat
liberal at heart. You guys don't need health insurance because guess what? Universal free healthcare.
Olive doesn't know
Wow.
that. Olive's from Earth. Okay, there you gotta pay for healthcare there.
You have to pay for
Not everywhere.
we
Wait, hang
not
on. Olive,
everywhere.
Only
Olive is
in
acting as a French, so I think.
Olive isn't even French though.
yeah,
Where
no.
is
Oh
Olive
yeah, we
from?
talked about this. We
Mean
talked
streets
about
of Boston.
It's true. The
Um,
outskirts of Boston.
Oh dear.
but anyways, okay.
this.
So she doesn't quite know what health insurance is because not a term, but
Rat raises his hands and he says, is it possible we could get compensated for the tasks that we've already done? Like going around and capturing all the mascots.
Always the lawyers, that one.
the starting bonus is reflected in what you've already done for us.
All
And
right.
you think of it as the job interview.
All right. All right. I look at everyone and I look at our group and I say, if they make us sign a contract, let me read the contract first before we sign things. Okay, guys?
We actually all need to send this
just-
to our lawyer to look over first. You know, make sure that everything's kosher.
Yeah.
But then she goes on. If you need anything after a threat is dealt with, our school nurse is very talented, and we managed to get you a discount at the student store. All of our as long as you are in this program, you will receive half off on all health potions that you may need to purchase. And we'll make sure that you are very well taken care of as you take care of your fellow students. You will still be expected to do tests as you do, attend your classes, but if something is happening and you're nearby, step in, deal with it, and then that is that. Does
Not
this
gonna lie.
sound like a fair arrangement?
Yeah, I think so.
How do we get paid? Is it Venmo?
We will send a weekly stipend to your new quarters.
It better
Which-
not be by fucking owl.
Don't get me
That
started
shit's
again.
So slow.
Don't get me started again. Speaking of, the first hook, I guess you could call, of this new arrangement is a change in lodgings. We want to make sure that you're able to get where you need to go more easily, and make sure that you all are able to more effectively communicate. And you see she raises up a small box that has been sort of hiding behind like the lip of the table they've been sitting at, and in the box are these 6 sort of golden rings with like this blue sort of stone set on the top that pulses with like light ambient blue light, and the perceptive ones of you, and by perceptive I just mean like anyone who decides to notices that like the pulsing of the ring matches up with the snarl that's above your head. These will
Interesting.
keep you connected to each other and the entire campus should you need it. Think of them as your badges to identify yourselves with. This is also your discount to the student store and also your key to the campus. Whenever you find yourself needing to enter a door, give a thought of it, place your ring to the keyhole, and if next time you open the door, it will lead to whatever other door you need to step out, regardless of their distance across campus. Nifty little trick to get around so that you're all still able to see the friends that you normally wouldn't be able to see with this new lodging. It's also the key to your new apartment.
Apartment?
Yep. And at this point, again, you sort of like have another sort of shift of just like, for just the briefest moment, you feel like dizzy and have to catch yourself as you find yourself in a new place again. It's the sort of standard Hall of Oracles that you're used to, but about 10 feet away from the snarl standing in front of you is sort of the stone pedestal with a sort of groove in it that looks vaguely the size of the stone on the ring. And Jadazi, the woman, is standing there in front of you. If you want to take a look, and she gestures to the stone pedestal. I need to take a sip of water because my throat is clogging up for some stupid reason.
Rat steps forward to like the pedestal.
Okay. Yeah, you take a step up to it, and as you grow closer, you see that that the ring that you were handed, the pulsing of the snarl and the ring sort of like speed up just ever so slightly as you approach. And then as you place the stone of the ring into the pedestal, the ring turns itself like the way you do a key when you unlock a door.
Yeah.
And in front of you is a simple wooden door that just seems to appear out of nowhere. There's nothing like super duper remarkable about it, but you see it in front of you appear as a standard handle. It's standard wooden door. I don't know why I'm trying to put more on it.
Is the door blue?
It's just a regular wooden door. There's intense blue light coming from behind it because it appears sort of almost directly in front of the snarl. So it actually looks almost pitch black, like just a flat plane of shadow because of the intense light coming from the other side.
Should we open it?
Rat puts his hand on the hand. It's just to our new apartment, I think, right?
That was what you were told, yeah, and Jadazi's like standing there still gesturing to it.
Yeah. He rat opens up the door and like kind of looks inside.
Yep. Inside you see sort of an entryway where sort of coats can be hung or bags places to place muddy boots, and then it goes back about 15, 20 feet down like a hall where you see a couple doors off to each side of the hallway before it like sort of opens up into an area you can't fully see. One thing that catches your notice though is that like the place is sort of older. It doesn't look like anyone's been here for a bit. There's a fine layer of dust on most surfaces. In a couple places you see cobwebs before Jadazi comes over. It has been a bit since we've used the program. Shouldn't be too much of a hassle to just, and she like gives the door a quick like whap, and just like you see all the dust just sort of like pop off the ground before disappearing, and like a couple lights light up down in the bigger opening. It's might not fully be your style yet, but you can redecorate with ease.
We can.
And she gestures you into the doorway.
IRL Sims.
I don't think we
Animal Crossing DLC.
I don't think we would ever play actual D&D again if I let Leah have access to Sims DLC in D&D.
Yeah, honestly.
What about the Animal Crossing DLC?
Nothing would ever get done.
Nope.
Damn.
But yeah, as you guys all step into this new apartment, freshly cleaned of its age, it is still very much, you can tell that like it was a while since anyone had been here. Like basically all of the decorations and stuff are like older, and it's very bare bones. And as you guys step in, Jadazi steps behind you and closes the door. The place runs on Quandrix's magic, so it's a little amorphous. It doesn't have to be any specific way. If you guys want to rearrange the place, you just gotta give it an ask, take your leave for a little bit as it shifts itself about, and then it should be all good. There's a variety of bedrooms, and you can shift around them as you please. Get new decorations. There might be some leftover things from previous heroes they used on their own sort of
What happened to the
What?
last heroes?
I
That was very ominous.
assume they graduated and then
You
left.
assume? You do not know?
I could take a look into the past if it worries you that much.
I mean, not as much. I was just curious the way you said it. Like, honestly, you can't just go around saying things like, there might be some leftover stuff from the previous tenants, but we don't know where they went.
I mean, I don't personally know where they went. We haven't needed to use this program, and I think since I was still at school here.
Do you know the last people who went? Do you know who the last people were?
Upon
Rat, go ahead.
realizing that he's not really paying attention to the conversation. He's more so freaking out that they all have to live together now.
Yes.
Oh no, friendship.
We're like, oh no, his watch has a timer. But anyways.
Yes, when I was at school here, the hero chosen was, yes, Alara. From...
Just one person?
Well, she was older than you. She was on one of the longer tracks. Decided to stick around, so she was very powerful. And we haven't had mishaps of this frequency in a very long time. We think that the planes might be getting ready to shift ever so slightly again, and the snarls are acting up and making all of the magical creatures around here a little bit more aggressive.
Oh,
So-
huh.
We believe that there's need for a little bit extra. We've never needed tons of heroes every single year. I do apologize. It appears that you were a little unlucky with getting the extraordinary times in your life. But hopefully makes you all into stronger, more resilient people.
I'm resilient, alright, but I ain't strong.
I think our fights, our adventures say otherwise, Nixie. So
Hey, just because I'm a good spellcaster doesn't mean I'm strong.
no, but it means you're a strong spellcaster.
Kyla's
Who?
disappeared.
Oh, he's
hey.
back. I think it was Wi-Fi.
Hi.
No. Okay, good. I can be. I thought no one could hear me.
Oh, have you been trying to talk for a bit and then none of us could hear you? I'm so sorry.
No, Harrison.
No.
And I'm just like, wait, let's look at my stuff, and I don't know what the fuck was wrong with my Discord. There were settings on shit that's not even. I don't know, man.
Oh
I got
no.
scared. So I hit the reset button, and now we're okay.
Okay.
Carry
I'm
on.
so
now.
sorry.
No, that's fine.
But yeah, just Dazi looks around. Oh, it was truly wonderful to finally meet you all, and I look forward to seeing what you do next. Hopefully, not too much, but then again, it is interesting to see. And she sort of does a gracious little, like, half bow, going, like, a little bit before stopping, and, like, makes a small pain on her face. Just age hits us all eventually, before she stands up and exits the apartment, leaving you all standing there in the entryway.
It'll hit me soon. I'm a normal human.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm never growing old.
And at this point, I think we're going to take a break because we're about 2 hours into the stream now. So,
Wow.
gonna run to break for like 10 minutes, and we'll see you guys when we're back. Bye.
Bye.
And we're back. Hello, hello, hello. We had a slightly longer break, but that's okay because we make the rules here. Frenzy, you're
Sorry, guys.
You're short now.
I'm short. I
Yeah.
always have been.
No, I feel like your PNG tuber like teleported down. I feel like you should have been further. No, it was just a. Okay, it was just a weird me thing. Never mind. I was like looking at it wrong or something. For some reason, I thought like your name card was basically like touching the bottom of your mask, and I'm like, that's way too high up. But no, it was the clouds in the background. They moved, so it made like the lines look bigger or whatever. I'm dumb. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Strixhaven At Advantage. We're back from our break, but our brains are not, or at least my brain isn't.
My brain is, thank God, because I had to rant so long that we had to extend the goddamn wait time. Sorry, guys.
Frenzy came back at a slightly bad time. We had like 7 seconds on break, and he's like, I have a rant I need out right now. And we were like, okay.
All right, I guess we're waiting.
It's okay.
I'm sorry, okay.
Sometimes it just be like that.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you guys are sort of standing in the entranceway to your brand new apartment that you've been told is magical and rearranging and stuff. And actually, next week, I didn't get them all downloaded this time. There's actually a like modular puzzle system that someone made on Reddit, and that was one of the main inspirations of this idea. For the group apartment, where you guys can like put together a puzzle of sort of like your rooms and stuff.
Oh no! Do we get to choose? Do we make a group like chat about how we want our layout to be?
I mean, if you want to, I can also just like make a quick like grid drawing of the apartment if you don't want to use any of the modular pieces and you just want like, I want the apartment, and you guys all decide we want the apartment to look like this. Or I could
GPT apartment design, please.
But anyways, as you're standing here in the entranceway, what would you guys like to do?
I'll go pick out a room for me.
Yeah.
Like games.
I mean, the picking out of rooms isn't fully necessary, considering you can all get them like changed, but all of the rooms when you first enter them sort of look the same as the initial room you got. There's like a bed, a desk, a closet, and dresser situation to like put all your clothing, and on the side facing so essentially you there's the doorway on one side, kind of tucked into the corner, is the bed. Mirroring that on the other side of the room is the closet, and then the desk is sitting at the foot of the bed, like almost directly to your left when you enter the door. And sitting between the closet and the bed is a decent sized like double window that you can look out. And one thing that would just come up through like general sort of like happenstance, but I want to let you guys know so that you have options of this. When you like, if you ever like mention a certain place on campus while by the window actually shifts to look out on that section of campus, like your room is set up next to that. So if you ever get like campus sick and like wish you were still sort of in the Witherbloom dorms, you could be like, I want to look over the bayou, and there it is, or whatever. So like you guys have total free reign on what you end up looking out the windows at, and sort of that's just the basic arrangement of the rooms. But
got it.
Jadazi explained that as you want. You can magically change the room if you want. You know, a couple free weights in there, you can throw those in there. If you want slightly more closet space, if you want a tinkering desk, you could throw that in. If you want to throw up some like posters or whatever, if you want to like completely redesign the bed so that instead of like a college dorm room bed, it's a 4-poster princess bed. Imagination is the limit to your rooms at this point.
The world is our oyster.
Yep. And basically, as you guys are looking through all of these different rooms and stuff, you do get a little bit of a vibe of the only previous person who stayed here. They seem to while they were a Silver Quill student, as Jadazi said, just sort of looking around and stuff, you can tell that they also had some like a deeper connection to Witherbloom, because there's like if anyone has proficiency but is missing the kit, you can pick up a free herbalism kit. There's some potted plants that look like they haven't been attended to in a couple years, and by a couple I mean a couple decades.
Olives on it.
There's also like sort of boxes of things that look like they got packed but then abandoned, most of which is just like unnecessary stuff, like old schoolwork. One of them is like half written before it got like torn up and then started again, like a thesis on the prose of an author. But probably the real shit you care about, they carried around magical items, and some of which they seem to have left behind for you guys to take up as your own, should you so choose. You find in like a chest that was packed up, there's like a couple layers of like clothing that looks like it was for their own formal dance, and then other like not necessarily necessities, like a costume from their play and sort of things like that. Things that, like, you know, when they were moving, they decided at last second, I'm just going to leave it here. And the things you find in there that, like, give you magical energy, because, like, all of you go to a school of magic, you're kind of decent at, like, looking at items and being like, that is magical. The things you find are what looks to be sort of a scattering of like these sort of playing cards on the bottom with and there's also a ring, a pair of like sort of elbow length fingerless gloves, one sort of older brown leather glove that looks like there's some ash on it, and sort of a sickle looking thing with a little bit of like plant life hanging on the blade.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I don't know if anyone has identify or not.
I don't think I do, but it'd be cool
I
if you did.
think there's only
Nope.
a couple of you who can take identify anyways. Let me just check to see if it's hiding on Nether's.
Dang, I can't identify. I can't identify. I can inflict wounds and I can make ice knives though.
mean, those are pretty good.
Eh.
It's not hiding on Nathair's sheet, but Nathair does have detect magic, so technically it doesn't work this way, but I'm gonna do it because I'm the DM, and if you have a problem with that, you don't get a
Nope,
magic
nope.
item.
No problems here.
So Nathair sets up a ritual to do detect magic, because I'm not gonna use their slots. And sort of just goes through it like, these are magic, these are magic, these are magic. And the items that are there are the deck of cards, the sort of like scattering of playing cards are put together, and it's a I believe, what is the number? I think it's 23 cards or 25 cards. I might be wrong. But it's a 23 or 25 card deck. Let me double check. But it's known as a deck of illusions. And essentially how it works is, it is 25 cards. Okay. Essentially how it works is you get you can use your action to draw a random card, and then it gets thrown to a point within 30 feet of you that you choose, and when it lands, it takes an illusory form of something. Like, some of the options are a cloud giant, a knight and 4 guards, an assassin, a gnoll.
No?
Gnoll.
Yes!
It's, yeah, gnoll.
Oh,
It's a type of monster in
Hyena.
D&D. It's like a hyena monster, yeah.
It's my favorite boy.
I thought you meant Noel as in a person.
No.
Just a lad called Noel.
No. So there's
No,
that.
no.
It's missing some of the cards that, like, so the deck lists 34 cards, but usually when they're found, they're missing some. So I rolled and they're missing 9 cards. So it's 25 card deck. And whoever ends up taking it, I'll tell you the cards that it's missing, and you basically just keep track of each card that gets consumed. And then eventually when the deck runs out, it runs out. But it's a cool item that has some random utility. Nathair isn't here, but this is probably an item that they're gonna grab, or someone who wants it more can text them and ask them if they can have it. But the set of, like, elbow-length fingerless gloves are gloves of thievery. They're self-explanatory. But, like, their mechanical benefit is whenever you do a lockpicking check or a sleight of hand check, you get an additional +5 to the roll.
Wow.
Oh my god.
So, like, if you're already really good at sleight of hand, it makes you even better. If you're not good at sleight of hand, it makes you good at it. So I think Nathair would want those, but if if someone else would like them and wants to text Charlie at a different time and, like, drop a discussion, that's fine. The ring is a ring of water walking. Basically, while you're wearing it, you are always under the effect of water walk, which just lets you walk on water. Very self-explanatory. And you don't get wet unless you choose to. From, like, rainwater or something. No one do that. The older leather glove with some ash on it is a glove of blasting. Once a day.
What?
Once a day, you can cast.
Yes.
Once a day, you can use it to cast Scorching Ray.
Yes.
I think we know who that's going to.
And then the sickle is actually the one I'm least familiar with, so I have to relook it up. It is known as a moon sickle. It's the +1 variant.
No.
Oh yeah.
I hate
Oh,
to
I
say
actually
this, but,
I
who
actually knew
already
what
has
this.
sickles for a weapon? It's Olive.
Sorry, Olive. I had someone different in mind because this requires attunement by a druid or a ranger.
Fuck you.
I'm sorry. But basically,
I don't want that shit.
it works the same way the all-purpose tool that Rat has. Your spell saving throw DCs and attack rolls are increased by the weapon bonus, which is +1.
Okay.
And in addition, you can use it as a spellcasting focus. And if you cast a spell that restores hit points, you can add an additional D4 to it. So basically, if you do healing word, you can throw another D4 on top of that. So basically, it's a perpetually free upcast of healing word or slightly buffed cure wounds or Kylos. I think you took the spell Wither and Bloom that heals people. That's an additional D4.
We like healing people.
Also, I just want to say, I'm not saying Wizards of the Coast stole it from me, because it's impossible, because I literally never posted this in any public forum ever, but one of the first homebrew magic items I ever made in a campaign was literally a scythe that when you damaged someone, you could choose to heal someone for an equal amount that you damaged them, and that's exactly what Wither and Bloom does. So... Wizards of the Coast. Great minds think alike. Except my mind is greater than yours, because I never did the OGL thing. Heyo. So now that I've let loose the smoke, those are the items. You guys can choose to divvy them up as you would like. Yeah. Or one of you could hoard them all if you also wanted to. Don't control where the magic items go. I sometimes think about like, oh, this would be cool for one person, but then once they get tossed into the world, I lose control of them. Unless it's a very specific item that requires attunement by only one class that someone has, in which case I totally control who they go to.
Okay.
Oh, I wasn't specifically calling out the Moonsicle on that, because I made a homebrew item earlier this campaign that Olive has that requires attunement by a Warlock, and Jack has an instrument that it requires attunement from bards, so... But anyways, you guys can, like, text each other about who gets what item or anything, because to sort of get through the session, I'm gonna move on if you guys don't mind.
Got it.
Cool.
Thingy.
Do you guys want me to like drop a list of the magic item somewhere so that you guys can decide?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Visual aid is nice.
Okay, in general
I want
chat.
the glove that shoots, though. I want the shooting glove, please.
You want the shooting glove?
I would like the shooting glove, please.
Got it.
I want the glove that go kaboom.
Okay. And moving on to the next thing, sort of as you guys get settled into your new sort of apartment complex and sort of come to terms with the new thing. Actually, speaking of starting bonuses, you guys find like a parcel that sort of appears in the common living space while you guys were all in your rooms before like one of you comes out and is like, hey, did someone leave a stack of papers on the table? No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. All that sort of thing. Your official sort of documentation now as Strixhaven defenders. I had a better name for this written somewhere in my notes, but I think it was the notes that I was writing while we were on vacation, so they're on my phone. My phone is charging on the other side of the room.
What if they officiated our name as the Death Saves?
I mean, you are still the death saves, but like your job title is
Death
Death
Saves.
okay. Yeah. Your starting bonuses and also like a sort of patch that goes on your school uniform that totally the book tells me what it's supposed to be. Because it does mention that like there are school uniforms, but then it says nothing about the school uniforms, so there are no school uniforms. I don't care. I can only make up so much for you, book. But you can all add 50 gold to your coin pouches as your signing bonus, and your like dividend going forward is the same as every other job that Strixhaven provides, which means every week you're paid 5 gold. And then if you take down like a monster or something, there's the bonuses, and then the same sort of. Anyways, but as you guys get settled in, you then head out, taking the magical door method to sort of get over by the Bow's End Tavern, where the third year's reception is. Wow, the music kicked up for no reason at all. It is not that intense.
It's very intense. It has to be.
It's not that deep. We're just going to where Jevanesh works.
You have entered the
Jevanesh!
Bozan Tavern. Your lives are now forfeit.
No.
Olive, we're gonna go see your love.
Yay.
But yeah, as you're approaching, there's a crowd of boisterous third year students who you recognize from all the different adventures and classes and clubs and whatever. And they're all abuzz with conversation about the Magister's Masquerade that you all have been invited to. You hear like snippets of conversation and stuff, and it sounds like a lot of people are like beginning to think on their like the dream outfit for the event and stuff. And sort of among the crowds of chatting friends and other students, once you enter the Bow's End Tavern, you see there are these long decorated tables, one that's surrounded by the Masquerade's student organizers, and then another which is like covered with snacks of all these kind of sort of different outlandish varieties. And there's some like people towards the back who are playing sort of these different games that seem to be like really high energy in the overflow section of the tavern. I've shown you.
Has an overflow.
Okay, I've shown the tavern once before. If anyone still has Roll20 open, I can move it. I can move to it real quick, and sort of show.
Whoa.
Yeah, the tavern has like a patio section out front, a normal section over here, in the center where the barkeep is.
I'm not gonna lie, I honestly
Some
believe that
overflow.
it was like the same shitty bar that I worked in. This is way better.
Okay, one, Strixhaven University is the most prestigious college on the face of this continent that has no lore about it, okay?
My argument is I don't care how at how prestigious a place is, there was always a shitty bar somewhere.
Yes, but
This is not it.
yeah, this is also like the main eatery of like everyone who attends here.
Okay, that's understandable. So
Yeah.
what
The
who
owner's
fuck got enough
the
money to
owner
get
has
this
been
land?
making bank the entire time because like while you guys have come from a bunch of different backgrounds and stuff, and I don't assume anything about your characters like financial wealth status, essentially this place is Harvard, right? And you have, you know, a bunch of people whose parents paid for them to get in, who are able to like eat the biggest meal of their lives every single night at this tavern and just like drop as much coin as they want on drinking themselves until they forget what they had for breakfast. Like the owner has been making bank from this pretty much since Strixhaven existed.
The sad thing is, I know that these places exist because one of
Yeah.
my teachers went to one. Like this is definitely a real place.
And also, you guys make 5 gold pieces a week from their jobs. People who take a job here get 2. So like, he's also not paying his workers well. No, actually, for reference, in like normal D&D terms, 2 gold pieces is actually the yearly salary of normal commoners. So
What the fuck?
We're in Switzerland. We're in fucking Switzerland.
yeah.
That's it.
But yeah. Also, among different students you see walking around are some of the faculty members of the school. Most of these are like Professor Blackstone and stuff. These are like more normal professors. But one that catches you sort of like off guard that she's here is Professor Tullis, because she's like one half of the entire College of Lorehold's deans. Like when it comes to everything in Lorehold, she is half of it. And here she is amongst the common folk.
Wow.
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 She looks like she's since changed since your meeting with like the council. She's in more formal wear, but even her formal wear is I'm gonna put this in handouts and just call it uppity. You guys can take a look. That's her. That's like her casual.
Hang on, let me see on how many levels
Yeah.
of the oh my fucking god.
She's just walking around.
Yeah. She doesn't have the like giant book and casting a spell and the giant scroll, but like yeah, that's sort of what she's wearing. She's walking around. She's
Definitely has the giant book and the scroll.
having
100%.
having some light conversations with other faculty
What the
members.
fuck?
How do you do, fellow students?
It is
just,
I,
like,
the
in the
main
middle of
fucking character.
Main character energy. How do you do, fellow kids?
What the fuck? I don't wanna no.
And then but sort of like the floor is open to you guys at this point of like whatever you want to do here during this reception. I have a couple options if you guys can't think of anything, but sort of this is up to you now. It is open to whatever you would like to do.
Hey, Carlos.
No.
2 gold says
What?
you won't talk to the team.
No.
I'll up it up to 4 gold.
Oh my god.
4 gold to talk to Oh god.
Wait.
7 gold if you riz her up.
Oh,
7 gold.
7 gold for me to talk to them.
No,
7
riz.
gold
7 to
means
riz
to
her
ask
up.
them
Dixie, do you forget I'm in a relationship?
I did forget.
My 2 golds on the condition you ask them about the monkey incident.
Speaking of Kylos's relationship, you see on the stage at the back of the tavern, Aurora's up there with a couple other students from the Strixhaven band, and they're filling the air with music. Unlike the frickin' jukebox on Roll20, who's supposed to be giving me music. What the hell? How can I tell my tales without background music?
It says
An
it's
outrage.
playing.
I just started playing it again, but before that it was just like it took the last song that was playing and it was just like, I'll play this, and then when it's over, you're done. I don't know.
No
thought-
more music for you.
I thought the playlist auto looped, but maybe it doesn't. I
I
need to
don't
add
think it does.
I need to add more songs to all of my D&D playlists anyways. They're all sort of short. I think, yeah, my main playlist still only has like 7 songs. I've been meaning to add to it forever.
You're gonna add Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley.
Nope.
Aww.
Damn, you should.
It's such a good song. There's definitely no other reasons.
So, Kylos, are you going to talk to the dean?
Fuck it.
I mean, you
Why
don't.
not? I want more money.
There's 4 gold riding on you asking them about the monkey incident, and a further 7 gold saying you won't riz them up.
I won't be taking that 7 gold. I am in a happy relationship. Also, I
Wash.
like breathing. This person seems like that they would kill me if I say one wrong thing.
Maybe you don't want the 2 gold on the talking about the monkey incident. Maybe that's not a good idea.
You're actively talking me out of this and making me just want to go and talk to Aurora. Seems like the much nicer idea, but you know, you go do it. Fuck you. I'm gonna talk to Aurora.
Okay.
Fine. I get to keep 2 gold pieces.
Yeah. Do you talk about the fucking monkey incident? I like breathing.
As you begin to cross the tavern to go speak with Aurora, again, basically all the fun stuff in the book you immediately get to experience because of your high passive perception.
Yay!
As you're walking past, you hear a couple students chatting with each other, and one of them is like talking about how like the party doesn't like have the right atmosphere or whatever, and the other is like, no duh, we still don't know anything about those things that attacked the game last year. And it's like, yeah, everyone's kind of on edge as you're like walking past. You do get a sense that like while everyone's like happy to be here back at another year, all of our friends, new classes, sort of like the general first day of college joys, there is a little bit of a like tensity to the atmosphere.
Oh shit. We could all die at any given moment.
I wish.
Oh.
Whoa!
For myself, not you guys. Don't worry.
Walk the center line of a
damn.
highway. It's like
Besides,
rolling.
I don't already. I tempt fate every. Wait, wrong fate.
I've
Have you
never been
tempted
tempted
my
by
every
you.
waking
husband?
moment of my existence.
No.
Have you been tempting my husband?
No.
Oh my goodness,
Have
Leah,
I?
I couldn't
Wait,
believe
have
it.
I?
No, you're not really my
Have you?
type. You're too into women.
That's what I thought. I'm too white.
Into women.
Into women.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
You know, some men are okay. It's just women, they really have y'all beat.
I thought you said you
100%
were
agree.
white.
You're too white.
Leah's too white for me, I say.
Yeah, you say.
Honestly, I should probably pale up my PNG tuber. It is a lot more tan
Pale?
than I am.
Hell up.
Hail him up.
Sorry, why was the first thing that came to my mind? This is the skin of a killer, Bella.
So yeah, Kylos, you hear that as you're crossing the tavern, and then you make your way up, and like Aurora's just finishing up a set right now as she plays the final notes on her hurdy-gurdy, which I actually don't know what kind of instrument that is.
It's a hurdy-gurdy is.
Oh,
God, how do
actually,
explain it?
I do know what this is. It's like a violin, but it's also it's
Yeah,
like
it's
the
fun.
shape of a violin, but then like
Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves, the hurdy-gurdy.
It spins. It has
Yeah.
a spinny bit.
it's also I think in one of his live performances for one of the God of War songs, Bear McCreary was playing this.
I didn't know what that was at first, so I thought you just called me some sort of like I don't even know what. I didn't know it to be offended.
No. But yeah, her instrument of choice is a hurdy-gurdy.
That's wonderful. I love a hurdy-gurdy. They're great.
Yeah, which is actually a lot more badass than I originally thought it was.
There's so many different types as well.
Yeah.
Look at him. Look at that man. That man knows secrets.
That
But-
man owns a pig farm. If anyone gets that joke.
I do not.
Oh.
But anyways, yeah, so Aurora is finishing up her her set, you know, puts down the instrument, takes a sip of water before she sees you, and is like, Carlos.
Hello, Aurora. How are you?
It's been a hot second since I've been back up on stage, and honestly, I am feeling it.
You played amazingly.
Thanks. Unfortunately, it's one of the
Of course.
band's songs, so I don't really get to shine. Really old stuff they're playing, but we've gotta go with the group sometimes.
Yeah, I suppose. But you had a good summer and everything? Everything's been good? Hopefully.
Yes, it was, very okay. Not a ton happened. Did a small, like, quote-unquote local tour. I tried to, you know, spread some music out there. Got some notes. Excited for this new year.
Yeah. I am too. With the masquerade and everything happening.
Yes, I completely forgot about that. And then I got to the dorm and saw that and was like, oh, that's this year. Now, starting to think about all of that as well as, like, everything else.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna ask my buddy Nathaire to help me out with with an outfit. Not all that in with fashion. Fitness? Oh, my forte. Fashion? Not at all.
I think the line between what's in and what isn't is a very thin, arbitrary one.
That's fair, but I don't want to just go in full Viking attire, you know? it would be a little odd. At least to me, at least.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with standing out.
Fair enough. And Kyle is just gonna spend the rest of the time just like talking with Aurora and everything, and the rest of the group.
All right. Anyone else want to do anything?
I think Rat is just gonna be. Yeah, I think he's just chilling. I think maybe he orders some nachos.
Okay.
Yeah, he's kind of chilling. This is like the first time he's been able to maybe relax the summer since he was working for his parents all summer. So I think this is like his first time he's been able to just kind of like sit and relax and kind of just like he's like feeling happy that he's like back with his friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do seem to sort of break a social barrier that people had decided to place up for themselves, though, as they realized that the tavern is still functional, and people are like, oh, shit, we can still order food. And that sort of breaks a social barrier, because you saw that there was a number of people walking and looking suspiciously at the snack table that got set up for the reception. Because as you sort of take a look at it, there's these like sort of weird dishes of like eel rolls with like sticky rice and still wriggling eels. There's sort of like a bowl of like
I'm eating that shit up.
what looks to be like fried cheesy puffs that have like illusory fireworks popping off of them. There's a paste that you swear you can still see like an insect leg in. There's these like these mushrooms that have like a crumpled cheese on them, but like the mushrooms you can still see these like bioluminescent like spots glowing through them. A pickled black lotus root is what it's called. I don't know what a black lotus is, but someone pickled the roots of it.
I think Rat looks at all this food and just kind of turns to someone that works here and goes, Can I get a plate of nachos, please?
Yep. And then with that,
he's allergic.
I need
You
I need my safe
to
food.
olives? You're allergic to olives? Did I leave earlier? You did not tell me this before. This might be a problem.
yeah, and with that, you definitely break a social barrier where people realize that oh shit, we can still order food and we don't have to try this and
ingest this.
And it's left to only the very bravest to try the snacks.
Nixie's eating the weird eel things.
Okay. Yeah, it's an eel roll with like the sticky rice, and the sauce that they put on it is a jalapeno infused honey ginger.
Oh, delicious. She is happily eating all this. More for me. There's a fucking moth.
That could have met.
You know what? All things considered, I'll let you have it. Technically by book, but we don't run things by book here anyways, because book's stinky. Not really. But
Stinky book.
so I'm gonna read this section of the book out loud to you guys. But Nixie, I'm gonna allow you to avoid it, especially because snack 1 is like literally right up your alley. But the book says, the first time a creature samples any of these dishes, it must succeed on a DC 12 Charisma Deception check to avoid making an alarmed face, coughing loudly, or having another potentially embarrassing reaction. Apparently all of the snacks here are supposed to be, like, awful. Although I gotta say, like, one of them actually, like, only one of them I think I would eat in real life, but the one that I would actually sounds super dope.
The cheesy puffs?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it just says exploding cheese puffs that pop in the mouth with cheesy flavor and illusory fireworks. Like, what's wrong with that?
I don't know.
Huh.
But I still only have to go run downstairs.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, Nixie is enjoying snacks. Rat has nachos. Kylos is hanging out with Group and Aurora. Lorcan, Olive, anything either of you two want to do?
My energy's kind of low, so I think Olive is just probably. I don't want to act out the interaction, but Olive's probably just hanging out with Javanesh.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Where does that leave you, single man?
You shitter. I am perfectly happy where I am. I'm just vibing into the party, trying to catch the right mood.
Yeah.
Lonely.
Fuck you.
No, he's taking candidates for yearbook.
He's happily single.
Making
I'm
your
going to
He's
Way
kill
doing
through.
his job.
making your way through,
No.
going for candidates, because Lorcan also has a pretty high passive perception.
Yes.
It's not quite on Kylos levels, but it's
Aye.
actually
up
close. It's actually close. Um,
The thing is, I have a passive investigation of 19, so like,
yeah.
I know perception is actually passive, but what's passive investigation? Because I know, isn't investigation like an active thing you should be doing?
It kind of. It's one of the reasons passive investigation doesn't make a ton of sense to me. But in the few times
doesn't-
I've seen it officially used in like different adventure books and stuff, passive investigation is what is used if you're trying to like notice clues or like false doors or like certain illusions. Like most illusion spells require an action to make the investigation check, but some will if one doesn't require an action to see through, then passive investigation would take the place for that. Essentially, it's the smart kind of perception, like putting two and two together. Like when we were in the escape room and there was the hole in the bottom of the center table, and then we found the piece of wood that slid in there. I guess that's like passive investigation. Actually, that was not a good example because I think we explicitly knew what to do there and didn't have to think about it at all. Anyways,
That's still passive investigation because you figured out
yeah.
what needed to happen. We just did it so soon that it wasn't correct yet.
Actually, passive investigation is probably what Charlie did when they decided to raccoon pick up the cup and was like, hey, there's a magnet on the bottom of this.
They thought it was a key.
But speaking of passive perception, originally why we started this, you also hear, you catch a snippet of student conversation, and one sounds like super excited to the other. Like, hey dude, did you hear? No. What? So, I heard from Jim Lyle's ex-girlfriend's roommate, I don't know. Supposedly, one of the founder dragons will be making a surprise guest at the masquerade this year. What? No way. They would never come back here. Dude, I totally heard it. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I don't know how to do this. It has a table of like gossip that you can hear around. Some of it's true, some of it's not. But like, I have no idea how to run this because I'm small brain sometimes.
No one knows how to run
Tiny.
gossip. Even the people who gossip a lot don't know how to gossip. It doesn't work as simply as you say X or Y thing.
Yeah. So, with all of you sort of enraptured in your own different activities, the the night is passing and it's wild and like not wild, but like it's pleasant and like even as you're oh sorry, I went to look over at Discord, but I have no idea what's happening over there, so I'm gonna look away from it now before I get too confused. Uh, as evening goes by, everything's going well. It's about an hour and a half into this, when like amid all the laughter and conversation, you start to hear and then see one student starting to like double over and like emitting this like uncomfortable sounding groan.
They wanted the side dishes, didn't they?
Yeah, you see two of their friends like rush up and then like take them under their arm and start to escort them towards the tavern doors. One of them is just like, one too many eel rolls, I guess. Before they're brought off to probably go to the infirmary, just make sure that it's just a little bit of normal pain from eating a dish you're not familiar with. I looked over at Discord again. That's really gonna distract me. I'm gonna go.
We should probably stop this now.
No, no, it's okay. I'm heading to raised hands. You guys can mess around in general all you want. I should have been in raised hands anyways.
We're just bullying you a little bit this session. Like always. Classic gags.
Classic group.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys.
No.
Yeah, but then after the student is escorted away,
God damn it, you guys.
there's sort of a pause. There anything someone wants to do, or just go back to enjoying the evening?
Can I listen into more gossip? I don't care if it's true or not. I just want to hear it.
Sure, why not?
Like, what do we have?
Yeah. Makes sense. You're doing candidates, so I'm just gonna do the section there. I'm not gonna roleplay amongst myself gossiping. Sorry if that takes you out of the moment or anything.
My
You can do a bit.
Not my immersion.
My
How
immersion.
could you?
Um,
I'm gonna call my lawyer.
But yeah, you hear a rumor of two students talking about how some of the professors want to change Mage Tower for the sake of student safety, especially after the events of last year, and a lot of students are like super against that. Like, even as it starts as like a small group of just two like chatting to each other, one guy's like, I don't really like that, and another guy who was like in a different conversation with a friend turns around and he's like, wait, they want to change what? What? How dare they?
No, if it's two teachers, can I like limp across the room and like mutter that's a bad idea as I'm like limping from like a pretend injury from the event since I was in it? Like, guys, that's a bad idea. You should keep it. It was great.
You were in it 3 months ago.
I'm still limping. What?
And no, these are students talking to each other.
Oh,
Sort of. There aren't a ton of faculty, and the faculty that are there are mostly just like, you've got a couple faculty helping out the masquerade committee. You've got a couple that are just sort of like chaperoning to make sure nothing insane goes off, because like there's probably like 60 students in the tavern, and if one of them decides that they want to play around with a fire bolt or fireball, that's not going to end well.
Really?
Yeah, surprise. Small areas with lots of people, fireballs, not a good idea.
It sounds like a student's problem, honestly.
But then yeah, as sort of the hours begin to pass, it starts getting sort of late in the night, even for college students, especially as people realize last call goes out.
Like 3 a.m.
In Maine, I think last call is 1 a.m.
Oh, it depends on the place.
Yeah.
Last call in most pubs in the UK is midnight. But if you're in a club, it range from like 1 a.m. to 4 or 5.
Yeah. I just bring it up because apparently that was my dad's joke when I was born, because I was born at 1 a.m. It's like, never gonna be a drinker because born after last call. And you know what? That's right. I don't really drink because it's kind of... It's like kind of gross. Like for a good majority of drinks. Anyways, why am I off track again?
We'll have this conversation after session.
Yeah.
We're all sleepy.
I'm genuinely curious, but after session, that's a different conversation.
But yeah, as both it seems in real life and out of and in game, you guys are you're starting to be sort of sleepy.
Are the missiles sleepy?
Oh, it's not actually okay. One time the book is like, you have to be specific about this thing, is the one time I'm like, I don't care. So
What is it? Be specific. You got this.
Here, it says that like the thing wraps up at 10 because a thing. Speaking of thing, here it comes. So as you guys are starting to leave the tavern, as they're like starting to close up, you know,
like where this is going.
start the final cleanings and stuff. As you walk outside, you come face to face with a group of about 6 students who look like they've been waiting for something, and they look like they stop waiting when they see you. The student at the head of this is one that you guys actually haven't met before. I'm gonna throw it
Oh,
up.
thank fuck, it's not Quentin. Oh.
He can't be the cause of all of your problems. I'm gonna throw it up.
He's not the cause of any, but none of us really like him.
I'm gonna throw
Just-
them
I
up
like
onto the stream. You see a
He's okay.
I like him if he
Yeah.
wasn't such a bitch.
you see a
Yo!
He's
Oh.
only a bitch because you scared the living shit out of him.
you see a youngish looking woman who actually doesn't look young, because you probably don't think of her as young because she's like you guys' age. In fact, why am I calling her young? She's our age.
Ew, don't say that, because then you're saying that we're not young.
I know, right? No, it's just like I'm calling her young, like I'm old or something. No, she's... You see a college student who is a woman with brown hair. She's got like really blue eyes. She's on the stream now if you guys want to take a look at her picture.
Oh, stream.
This is-
Stream. Wait, yeah. Where?
This is
No,
Talana.
my YouTube.
This is Talana. I guess
Pretty.
Lorcan,
Pretty much.
and Rat, you would sort of recognize her. Actually, Olive would also recognize her, because the reason Lorcan and Rat do is she is a fellow Quandrix student, and the reason that Olive does is she is on the opposing silkball team that Javanesh's team plays against. Yeah, and then she has a couple other students with her. One of which is like a halfling woman who's like 3 foot tall, has like curly red hair, and is one of the homebrew NPCs I have to make because guess what? This book sucks. Not really, but it's not. It's not great.
It's trying its best.
Yeah. But, like, it only gives you the 15 NPCs that are, like, your year or technically higher. I put them all down to your year because, I felt it was weird otherwise. But it only gives 15 students who are your year or higher. And then, there's a point later in the book where it specifically asks, that you guys find first-year NPCs to do a thing. It's like one part hazing, one part school tradition, where like first-year students help out with the masquerade, even though they're literally not allowed to attend, which is kind of weird to me. But anyways, my gripe is they don't give enough NPCs. Anyways, yeah, Talana is there. Halfling woman. There's a couple others that I had a bunch of descriptions for, but I keep getting sidetracked, so I'm gonna stop. Before she like looks at you and then does like an accusing point. All it was last year is you six constantly getting in trouble and endangering everyone around you, and what do? This year they decide to reward you. How?
Yeah.
dare
Oh,
Well, if you weren't playing such a
that'll
fucking
whoop
NPC,
Keep
you
talking
wouldn't
and I'll
be-
fuck your mom.
that'll whoop y'all. Oh no, I feel the anger. It's bubbling up.
Rat,
Don't
rat
worry,
kind
don't
of-
worry,
Such
keep
a
talking.
bitch.
I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
kind of.
I didn't know you wished you were more noticeable and actually had a reputation instead of being a sad little loner last year like you were. Are you scared of confrontation, or do you really just not like people? Although it seems to be that you're just insecure about your own identity.
Damn,
Oh,
you really
shit.
didn't get any approval from your parents, huh?
Wow.
No, they
Kylos
obviously
is just-
didn't.
Kylos is just looking over like, oh god damn. Oh,
I can't decide if it's
okay.
mommy or daddy issues, or perhaps both. Maybe neither of them loved you. I think it's quite obvious by the way you judge others so effortlessly.
Guys, insult the NPC, not me. Damn.
This is directly specifically at the
Don't worry, I'm
NPC.
insulting myself.
Okay.
No,
Um,
Leo!
Kylos is gonna look over at Oro and be like, I'm gonna be right back, and then goes to the others and be like, what the fuck is going on?
Your parents were very obviously divorced.
Oh my
Whoa!
Rat's just looking in between. Rat's just like leaning back and is just letting Nixie and Olive deal with it.
Yeah.
Can I give Nixie a gold piece for that one?
Kylos is gonna look over at Rat like, what? Explain the fuck going on.
Leah,
I
can I
feel bad for you.
give?
As a
I'm sure I'm
child of
giving Leah a
divorced
gold
parents.
piece for that one.
I
Okay.
know what
I'd
it
you
looks
if I
like.
actually cared about what you thought. Perhaps you can go back to your little room and cry about how you didn't get a bigger room because you weren't brave enough to face your own enemies.
Damn.
I think his enemies are his own parents.
You see the group behind her, like some of them are trying not to like snicker and laugh at these, and like a couple of them are still trying to throw on like the brave face and like cross their arms and like look mad at you, and
Oh, it's okay. You can laugh. It's funny.
Nixie and Nathair, not Nathair, sorry. They're not even here and I was about to punish them. But Nixie and Olive, you guys can take an immediate -1 with Delana here.
Good.
I have
Good.
no issues with that. They took a negative 15 from me.
Oh,
Yeah, but shocked with like the almost immediate ambarrage of like personal attacks. She goes to steady herself, and wow, this next part they give almost nothing. What the hell? I really need to read this book more before I run a session, because I'm always like, wait, why didn't you give me any information here? She's like steadies herself again, and then is like, you all need to be knocked down a peg. We challenge you.
What is this?
What? You cry harder?
Olive is gonna bare their teeth and lunge for them.
Can I grab
I
Olive?
can
shit.
hold
Wait,
Olive
wait,
back.
wait,
I
wait.
want
Can
I
I
can
grab
hold
Olive?
Olive back.
I like looking hot. Find something on.
Olive, I have this little stick that can channel lightning. By
No,
all
no, no,
scientific
no, no, no,
means.
no,
By
no, no, no,
scientific means, not magic, scientific, totally science. How would I use
Nixie.
this? Remember when I did the Quintilius?
Nixie, wait, hold on.
No,
Listen.
there's no waiting. Olive? Shall I
No.
speak your language?
I am going to fucking bat this bitch.
Oh my
Ah,
god.
you have my heart. Unfortunately, Havanish has yours.
This is very true.
However, together we can steal this bitch's heart. And not in the
I
fun
will
way.
rip it out from your chest and break open your rib cage, and later use it and carve it into a new weapon.
Holy shit. What the fuck? So
Can I use their
anyways,
kneecaps as bowls?
they are attempting to challenge you to a mage's duel at the Fury Gale. Is what I'm trying to do, but I literally can't think of anything to get this back on track.
Can I roll
We did
intimidation
it.
at advantage?
Sure. You know what? I'm down for an intimidation check, deciding to just cut out the next part of this quest.
It's
Why
an
not?
advantage if I'm helping, right?
Yeah.
Oh wait,
very
can I throw an advantage? Because I'm a. What can I do to give an advantage here? Hang
I
on.
didn't roll very good, so give me bardic inspiration to add.
Can I bardic inspiration?
Technically, it was supposed to happen before the roll, but I'll allow it this time. And
Yeah.
and I will also allow the advantage from Nixie. So like, take all the buffs you could get. Why not?
Wait. Let me check. Where's that one spell that I used on Wackus Bonkus? Do I still have it?
Wait.
Okay.
Hang. Yeah, hang on.
It's
I
a
don't.
D4, right? It's
I
a
don't have
D4
it prepared.
Bardic
I
Inspiration
got a
is a
spell.
D8 at this level, I think. Right, Lorcom?
Let me check features and traits. It is a D8, yeah.
Yep.
But you also get the what is it? No, that's different. So I keep forgetting about forgetting. I keep like
20. Unnatural.
performance of creation.
Because that's a 14 plus 5 plus the one I rolled. So, unnatural 20.
Damn, that's really high.
I wonder why.
Oh, you were sort of thinking about the right thing, Lorcan. And this is a good thing to bring up to Olive right now. Mode of potential. When the creature that you gave inspiration to uses it on an ability check, the creature can roll the bardic inspiration die again and choose which roll to use.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, roll it again. See what you
The
get.
6, that's even better. That's gonna be a 25.
25. Yeah.
Do they shit themselves?
Yeah, they sort of came up all hot with like these different people, and you can see that like some of them you've absolutely never seen before. So like some of these are freshmen that they roped into like trying to take the big dogs on campus down or whatever.
Oh my god, I'm back in high school.
Yeah, pretty much.
I have your IP address.
What happened to the girl that did this in my school? She got beat up.
Yeah, but
I'm
when
reliving high school.
when the genderless entity in overalls with a pig that's willing to eat people decides to threaten to bite you, even the ballsiest of freshmen decide that screw this, it's not worth it. And you see like most of the group that she sort of gathered almost immediately disperses, and the only ones left have now like stepped back away from her and now is sort of watching to see her reaction before she also turns and like runs away.
I'll take another -3 with her. I don't care.
She didn't leave. I was gonna say, if we're not eating her, I'm definitely eating Mom.
Heyo.
Sorry, I haven't done a lot this session. I gotta get them in while I can.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, but that was what was planned next, but intimidation is really strong with Olive. And that's totally fine. Cause the next section of this book, I'm gonna be super real, I was a little bored with anyways.
Finn, I have a question. What is your like modifier for intimidation?
I have a +5.
Technically, I'm better at intimidation, but Finn says stuff that's so out of pocket, I never get to use it.
My charisma ain't that hot. I'm gonna be honest. It's only
My
an
intimidation's a +6.
Oh, that's
I don't
not.
have to
That's not.
say.
It's not that much better, but
Yeah.
it is technically better. Like,
But
I'm just a fucking nightmare with my words.
you are, and it's the Olive is like a goblin,
Yeah.
and then like if Olive's words don't do it, then Hog will.
Yeah.
But satisfied with how you dealt with that, you guys begin to
Yeah.
walk back to your new apartment, and we're gonna call the session there.
Hooray!
Thank you everyone so much for watching. It was a slightly shorter stream, but not by much. I thought it would be much shorter than this, but I like D&D too much, so screw that. Anyways, I hope you had a good time. We had a good time. Hopefully, our wonderful wizard rogue is feeling better next time, and we can get them back. Because it's just not the same without Nathair's sassy commentary. But unless something happens to stop it, see you next week. Bye-bye!
Bye.